dummy.
Who'd have got that Earth, Wind, and Fire on the way on y'all niggas, man.
Mm-hmm. That nigga got the same fucking album over and over.
That bit live though. It sound new every time I play that. I promise you it do, cuz that shit sound brand new.
Man, go out there to the Best One Flea Market.
The only thing I hate is I have to get up and press start again. Goddamn.
What you mean?
Once that bitch stop, I gotta get up.
Nigga, that was an hour and 2 minutes ago.
No,
You
like
can't
that.
get up.
Like
Hell, when that
it's
bitch restart, that shit had been playing for 7 hours, goddamn.
No, like
That
that's
nigga said he couldn't skip a song.
Right.
He couldn't. So it been
It's
playing
quick.
for a long time.
No, it's quick. Like it's the greatest hit, so it's only like 8 to 10 songs, maybe. That should be over within 30 minutes.
Oh, okay.
I thought you had an extra.
Gotcha.
So you still don't have an actual album.
There you go.
His most successful
Saying
song.
that much.
You know what I'm
Man, here we go. You're tuning in to the Dummies Podcast. I'm Stock.
I'm Joe.
I'm tired.
And I'm motherfucking Hooter, nigga.
And we back like we never left, because like we say every week, we never leave. It's episode 18.
Yeah.
It's January 12th, 2019. I'm gonna say 2019. I don't know why the fuck I keep adding that in there, but it's a new year. It's Saturday. We in this thing, man. We got another podcast coming right back at you, man. And where we at, Hoop?
Man, another week. You know what I'm saying? We here. It's been a slow news week, but even with it being a slow news week, I feel like it's been probably the most important news week. You know what I'm saying? Just the things that's going on in the news, a government shutdown, dealing with sex from older people to younger people, or just in general sex and the proper way to approach sex. You know what I'm saying? Just many aspects of it. Domestic violence, regular violence, just, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's been one of those slow, serious news weeks.
Yeah, it's definitely like that. 2019, it came out straight out the porch. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
we got a lot of issues. Soldier Boy, he out here with
What are you
his
mad about? Hold on.
That man
Explain
said
that.
he had the biggest year of 2018 because
Hold
he
on. So
signed a video game.
So who was serious? Was it the little punk, the other little guy? Was he messing with Soldier Boy about doing
No,
that?
Soldier Boy started it.
Yeah.
That was real. They was mocking him for when they was doing that shit. That nigga really did that shit.
Why he keep having a Soldier Boy chat?
But I will say, we talk about him for being lame and stuff, but like he said, what you was saying with that video game, that nigga keep finding ways to make money.
He making money,
Like
but
real money. Like, he don't keep...
What was the award? Comeback Person of the Year? Best
Best-
improved?
Yeah, comeback person.
Comeback
of
person.
2018.
Yeah, I think they gave it to Tiger or something like that.
Yeah.
But
He was like, Tiger?
And Tiger, because Tiger's the same way. Tiger keeps some bangers. Somehow he keeps some bangers. And why you?
Well,
he on that West
Well, that's
Coast.
why he'll come back. Tiger was out. He was...
he was out
disappeared
there.
for a
He
minute.
had fake headline boy and everything.
Yeah, but he was back like he never left, goddamn. So.
But even with Soldier Boy in his video game, is it selling? Is it doing anything?
What's the
Is it
name
even
of it?
out yet?
I think it was doing real good.
What's the name of his game?
It's like a
No,
Nintendo.
no, it was like $1 million. It was some.
It was like a Nintendo type cartridge, because the word on the street was Nintendo's going to sue the shit out of you for making that.
Yeah, and
that
he had
kind
to
of
stop. He just
stopped.
recently stopped, I think, because of something Nintendo was finna get in this shit about.
But even more recently, he said, I started back. They're not going to sue me. I have my shit set up properly. They're not going to do anything. So, I don't know.
What do you call this? A big soldier?
Little Soldier.
Big soldier.
No.
Soldier,
Yeah, big Soldier.
Draco. He said the Draco.
Most recently, he said, no more Soldier Boy, Soldier Man. That nigga said Soldier Man.
Man, cocaine a hell of a drug.
What's the name of that shit?
Damn, bro.
Yeah, but whatever he did. My boy was talking about y'all today. I told my boy I was finna get on here and I'm gonna snitch on him.
Who that?
Jack.
What Jack say?
He said that nigga always mad about some shit.
True.
He always coming in telling him, that nigga whack.
True.
And he said that nigga was crazy for saying Tracy McGrady in the top 5.
True.
And he said you crazy for putting Randy Moss in your top 5.
Why? It's Randy Moss. The man has a term.
I'm just telling you what I told Jack I was gonna snitch on him.
I think my argument was much more better than Tracy McGrady, and I'm not crazy. And Randy Moss has a term. He's a
I
top.
told Jack, I said, Jack, I'm for the snitch. I can't wait to snitch on you because we
Yeah, Jack, you trash.
laughing at that picture Jack took.
Send me your trash picture. The roll runner.
That nigga look like a little R&B.
They got on some sweats, no shirt, some red shoes. Like he about to fall out.
I mean, we can also do a top 5 of Jack professions. Like,
Damn, Jack.
Damn.
I just want to know your top 5, Jack. And since Randy Moss is bad to be in mine, you know,
Y'all crazy.
and don't run no more bases. Nigga running the bases at 42 years old.
That shit was so.
Fuck you run the bases for, nigga?
I'm sorry, I know y'all don't know what we talking about, but this shit fun.
Nigga running bases. Why was he doing that though?
But we talk a lot about the culture and the state of the culture and everything being sensitive. I don't know if y'all saw Chris Rock. He was basically talking about the state of the culture. He was basically saying you can't be funny anymore because you can't really say anything offensive. He was hosting an award show. And he basically kind of came on the stage. I think it was the New York Film Critic Award, whatever that is. I'm not really sure. But he just was saying in this culture that we live in, and we talked about this a lot here where it's like you can't really say anything for offending somebody. And so he was basically saying that, if this was the older days, I have a nice, funny joke for y'all, but I'm scared to offend anybody.
Exactly.
And that just got me to thinking, like I said, we always talk about shit being sensitive around here. What do y'all think about? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, the way this shit going, the way people keep being sensitive about everything. Like, we got a podcast going, so we putting ourselves on a platform to, like, anybody can hear it and get a hold of it. How y'all feel?
I think it's trash, man, because I think the 2008 Hootie on a podcast? My God, boy, this shit'll be flames. All kind of
reckless.
You know what I'm saying? All kind of crazy
not
shit
just
being
you,
said.
but
It's to a point where I'm actually glad that I don't have that kind of energy out there as well, you know what I'm saying? Because I do want to talk, I do want to give out information out, but I want it to be positive information. But I do also want you to understand when I'm telling a joke, if it's an edgy joke, it's a joke. You know what I'm saying? And that's the hard part about it. You can't have edgy, tough jokes anymore. It's like you got to be corny and too PC in order to get the point across for them to fully understand you.
Turn too PC?
Yeah, too PC.
I
you know
heard
what I'm saying?
What that is, Hootie?
I don't even know. I don't even know.
Never heard him say that before.
I ain't never said it, you know what I'm saying? But you know it,
So
politically correct, you know what I'm saying? Too fucking, as a podcaster, you know what PC is. You have to use that as your term.
So you just
know what I'm
bar. Okay, I get you.
It's
Too PC. I see my
gotta be
my
PC,
boy all in the lingo right
Yeah,
now. I got you.
Too PC Hootie.
We're talking about being PC, you know what I'm saying?
That, you can add that to the name. He talking about F. What he said?
Nah,
Chris,
F is real. Leave the F in there.
We finna add the PC with your
PC
shit.
Hootie.
Your shit getting real long.
Nah.
But yeah, but I feel you. Like I just feel like I'm a freedom of speech person. Like even if you spewing hate. Now if you spewing hate speech of like trying to hurt, harm a person, then that shit need to be put in check. But people should be entitled to their opinions. You know what I'm saying? And everybody's opinion may not necessarily agree with yours. You may not like it. But I think we just getting in some crazy ass water where like, especially for comedians. Comedians like make fun of everything and
That's
anything.
their job.
You know what I'm saying? And we getting in a little weird spot, I think. That's just my personal.
I'm a fan of like when a good white comedian has a black joke. If it's, like tasteful, just a norm or something. If they can make a good joke about it, it's funny. Like not going out the way, and the same vice versa. Or about, it's just like certain people are off limits. And I think that's whack. You can't ask to be an equal when you can't be talked about just like everybody else is being talked about. Like, I think that's whack. It's no person supposed to be greater than the other, so it should be fair game for everyone.
Yeah, I don't feel like the division should be there. Again, I say it damn near every week. Just because we don't agree on the same principles or whatever, don't mean that I hate you.
Exactly.
I mean, we can always agree to disagree. Everybody's not going to think the same. Nobody was made like that. So
That's true.
Right, they don't understand it no more.
So many different backgrounds.
I wonder if that's going to fall over into I know it has. I remember Rick Ross said a line and things like that. So I wonder if it's going to fall over into music as well.
What you mean?
That freedom of speech going away. You can't call me no more bitches. You can't call me no more hoes.
I will say that line was kind of crazy.
It was, but if it's just a rap line and I'm just, making a rap line, that's all it is. It didn't happen. It's not true. I'm just rapping a line.
That's true. I mean, you can say, it's just art or whatever.
Yeah, that's all it is. You know what I'm saying? And when the niggas heard it first, they said it, they liked it, they vibed to it, but then the hate came from probably somebody who that happened to.
Right. So that's why I said that's also dangerous. Like when hot boys say, hey, I wear white, t-shirts, your bows and Rees.
And then I shoot you.
You know what everybody wants to go do? Wear that. So if he's saying he's dropping, if he's doing that, that might make somebody impressionable go do that and think it's cool.
I agree.
I mean, it has been a situation where it has happened. Y'all remember Rick Ross? He lost major cake behind.
He lost the Reebok deal.
Yeah, he lost that Reebok deal behind talking about put some of the chick drink in the song.
You talking about what we just been talking about for the past 10 minutes?
That's what I was talking about.
What we just been talking about.
Go ahead. Yeah. You right.
I'm just saying, bro. I'm saying because
y'all remember that topic y'all was just talking about.
I just said. What did I say initially, Hootie? When we were asking about
it did sound like you didn't know what you were talking about. I'm just saying. I'm sorry, Todd.
Right, go ahead.
But go ahead with your point. You seem like you was getting somewhere. But go ahead.
Been out, man.
Just go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
I done forgot, man.
The viewers want to hear you talk anyway.
I know, so why you shut the fuck up so they can hear me?
Let that nigga know.
Again, goddamn.
But just like Rick Ross, what can happen?
He lost money. That's what I said.
No, that definitely can't happen though. But I'm not all the way against that one because you need to have some type of responsibility. Just like us, we don't go out here and say, we not on that scale yet, but we don't go out here and just say the most outlandish shit. This is what you're supposed to do. So, you got to have some type of responsibility for the power that you have. And I'm pretty sure he didn't say that to be malicious, but you got to understand who you are.
I got a question, and it's a separate subject. How much is too much in a divorce settlement?
It depends.
Yeah, it depends on
and I think you're talking about Bezos.
Yeah, Bezos. It's $137 billion.
That's too much.
I don't think it's too much.
I don't think it's too much.
But backstory is Jeff Bezos, the guy who owns Amazon, CEO of Amazon. He's going through a divorce now. They were separated. They were married 25 years, and now they're finally deciding to get a divorce. And they had no prenup. He's worth $137 billion, and they're trying to see. $67 billion. Do you think she's worth it? Should she get it? What do y'all think?
Nah, she's supposed to get 130. He's at like 260. Yeah, that's half. The 130 is half.
Okay, so let's say half of that. Let's say
she's going to be the second richest person in the world.
Is that too much?
No. First of all, no prenup. Second of all, they're in a 50-50 state, and it would have went either way. Mm-hmm. I hate it when it's if it's the man or whatever. It was either way, but. They were married 25 years. Like, she was with this nigga with a bookstore. I'm pretty sure she helped a lot to take this man from a bookstore to Amazon.
So and that's why grounds of the divorce.
He got caught cheating.
Well, they were separated. They were separated. She was upset because some other relationship he had. But also, I think that she does deserve half for a little different reason, though. They both started on Wall Street in New York, and they decided to move to Seattle and start together. They both were on Wall Street getting their money. Let's quit that shit. Let's go over here and make some money. They went to Seattle, started a bookstore in their garage, and she was an integral part of that. So,
see, we kind of talked about this before. Like, you know what I mean? Like, when we was kind of talking about what would happen with Offset and Carter. Mm-hmm. But, like the rules state, pretty much whatever you make or you build together as a couple, if there's no prenup, can be considered a 50-50 split. So,
and she helped you get started from the ground up.
In this case, she was with you shooting in the gym.
Right. She was.
Right. So, hey, it's a big ass settlement. It's a lot, but hey, that's kind of what happened.
And
like,
then, bro, you still got $137 billion. If they got kids, I'm pretty sure
that's a big cut from
your kids. But what could you do with that?
I would kind of fight the argument. I'm not saying that they do like this, but I feel like I think it's some pride that go on at the top of that damn list. Like, I think they take pride in being the richest man in the world.
Right. Is he still but he's still the richest.
He's still the richest?
He's still the richest, and she's going to be number 2.
Yep.
He has that much more money than Bill Gates.
No, he has a lot more, but it wasn't that much more.
Right.
Well, from what I read,
is $137 billion more? No.
Yeah.
No, man. It's a. I mean, you might be right. I don't know. The last time I seen the list been a few months ago. He was like $30 billion in front of Bill Gates.
Yeah, he just passed him. He just passed him.
Yeah, like when he passed him, he passed him.
Yeah,
like he
kept going.
Yeah,
yeah, but I think it's because
he only worth like $126 billion. Man, you tripping?
No, he's worth $230. Or 260.
That's why I thought it was 167 because they're saying a $167 billion divorce. So I was thinking she would get half of that. But let me see if
that's what I was thinking. If he said
a record
260, I'm thinking
is
like
on the line.
Unless they just changed it, because Bill Gates was last I saw was worth 136 billion. I mean, Bezos was worth 136, and Bill Gates was 94.
Okay.
He said he's worth a world with more than 40 billion edge over number 2 Bill Gates is. 40 billion. If he loses 137, he's no longer the richest man in the world.
Can't be. Bill Gates almost about the top 100.
Worth nearly 810 billion. Amazon is now the most valuable company on the planet, worth nearly 810 billion.
Okay.
Sheesh. That's almost $1 trillion company.
By the way, as crazy as it sounds, Bezos took a big hit last year. His net worth was as high as 160 billion, but it dwindled to 137 billion. You messing up my facts and my numbers. Leave me alone, bro, with your fake numbers.
You said the key word in it, messing up facts.
Nigga messing up. My numbers are right.
Get right.
It's 137 billion.
Right.
So if she gets half, she gets like 70 billion.
Dummy.
Leave me alone.
Okay.
Okay, get right if you ain't read. Shit, man. But is she worth it? Yes, I still stand where I stand. Yes, for the simple fact that she started from the ground up. She left her career on Wall Street making money to come out here with you. You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
I mean, even with my fucked up numbers, but I still agree. But I don't think Tiger Woods' wife should have got half. Michael Jordan's wife shouldn't have got half. Like stuff like that. Because you didn't help do that. You didn't help him swing a golf club.
I agree, but I'm not as harsh as him. I'm not going to say it though. It's a harsh way. You sound kind of harsh say it. But I agree because they didn't start from the ground up.
PC Hootie.
Yeah, you got to be. You gonna learn it. You gonna fucking learn. You should. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, they coming.
They gonna get your ass, and I'm gonna laugh because I told you so. But yeah,
be all right.
they shouldn't have gotten it because they didn't start from the ground up. They weren't with them in college and as kids.
You met them when they was that person.
Yeah.
I thought that chick Tiger Woods was married to. They had money. Was she like a model or some shit?
She was a nanny.
She ain't had no money.
Nanny, boy.
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck.
A great nanny, she was the best nanny ever.
100K
For the PC people. 100K.
We're not just trying to discredit the profession.
Yeah, because the way shit is now, she was the top of the top nanny.
She was the nanny.
But the last time I checked, the top nanny doesn't get 700
Don't
million.
you downplay nannies.
Nannies are us. Gonna get y'all ass, boy.
Yes.
Nah, I know a girl who mom is a nanny for stars, and she like up there.
I'm sure. She is.
You better get the right person.
You be a nanny for me, yeah. Go get a pack of ramen noodles.
Well, we was kind of sticking to entertainment. How do y'all feel about like Kevin Hart being like still like, nah, I ain't doing the Oscars, even if they do want me back?
If they're asking him, I don't have
They
a
asking
problem.
him. Yeah,
And
they
I
was
don't
like,
have-
because when he went on Ellen, she went and talked to him. You know, she's the whatever.
Set it up.
And they was like, oh no, it's a misunderstanding. If he feels that way, I guess this is what they told her, whether that's the truth. And he's still like, nah, I ain't fucking with it.
At this point, he can't do it, in my opinion.
Going back to what we was talking about sensitive culture, right? I'm not talking about Kevin Hart or what it was that Kevin Hart did, but I just feel like at some point, if we're ultra sensitive about whatever it is, you know what I mean? At some point, it's gonna have to be somebody in order for it to get back to like maybe a sense of normalcy. It's gonna have to be somebody that just refused to, like, no, I'm not apologizing for that. I'm sorry. That's how I feel. No, I'm not saying, coming out and saying this because this is how I feel. Stop trying to make me feel different. This is how I feel. Let me feel how I feel. And then at that point, it's gonna be others that feel more compelled to jump on. Even what I just said, somebody could, misconstrue that as like, oh man, they're insensitive or whatever. But at some point, you have to be able to say, like, this is my opinion and this is how I feel.
And that should
like,
be okay.
If you think about it, you teach kids to express themselves,
Right.
and be able to say what you want. And now I feel like we making people robots.
You want to taper?
You know what I'm saying? And so if Kevin Hart is taking that stance and kind of finally like, you know what? I don't even want to do it. I can't blame him because just
You put
think
him through
about
so
how
much.
uncomfortable, like, you ever did something to somebody and then like you got to go back around them and kind of look at them. Like you uncomfortable now.
You
like
you over there peeking and shit.
Like once you say something bad, you just said it. Like it's out there. Like, you know what I'm saying? I done said something bad. These people felt a certain type of way, and I had to, you know, kind of plead and beg, and we had to go through all this just to get me back on there. I can understand him feeling like how he feeling about it.
That's like begging to be back in a relationship.
Yeah.
That shit trash. It's just, and if you got to, most times, if you have to beg to be back in a relationship, that relationship probably not going to work.
Yeah.
Probably not.
So I can understand it. So I don't have no problems with him, you know, standing his ground.
Especially if he apologized for it. You apologized for it, right?
Yeah. It wasn't like he wasn't even like,
multiple times.
this is what it is, this is what's going to be. He said, and then he was like, man, it took like not even 24 hours. Somebody went back 10 years or 7 years, something like that, to go find that. He was like, I already spoke like that. And then, well, another topic, like, you just can't judge people off 7-8 years ago. You can't judge me on how I thought
Different people.
in the 90s, in the early 2000s.
8 years ago, I was single. Today, I'm married.
Yeah, I think
Apparently,
different.
I've changed.
Right.
Yeah.
It's just that simple. Like, I've changed.
I'm a
from that
much
to
calmer
this.
person.
So are you going to still treat me as a single person?
Yeah.
As you did
But
8 years ago?
Using who the word, that's the PC. Like politically correct. They want you to be like,
Ain't my word, cuz.
we want we want you to be programmable. We want you to be like a certain, like robots. They want you to be a certain way all the time. You have to be perfect all the time. Or if not, you get ate up and spit out, man. It's crazy.
So
FYI, that
nobody
shit.
does wrong. Like nobody's.
I was just
wrong.
about to say, that
You know what I'm
shit's
saying?
not possible.
That's it. That's what I'm saying.
Find me
Everybody's
one.
Right. You know, that's
Find
crazy.
me one who's
But
over
you know,
the age of 6
and
months.
I was talking to Hood about this. And we talk about this a lot here about unintended consequences. If you start making that, I trust me, I get about being different and changing. You know what I mean? And like you evolve. But
That shit back
I'm
then.
not gonna give the specific context about it, but if you start saying, you know, you changing or evolving, what are people gonna start asking you to forgive them from? Like, oh, I used to hurt people back in the day. Like physically, you know what I mean? Like, please forgive me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, we have to be careful with that because we learn that, you know, you give people an inch, they'll want you to forgive them for everything.
Right.
Like, shit ain't that serial killer no more, man. I changed.
Yeah,
like,
you
that
are.
ain't me no more. You judge me like, nah, nigga. Like,
It's in
you know
your
what I'm
title.
saying? And I'm using that as an extreme example. I'm not saying that would ever be acceptable, but I'm just saying, like, we know that, you know, you give people an inch, they'll start going all the way with it. So,
I agree, man.
Hey guys, I got a question for you.
What
This-
you want to know, man?
on the serious side. Okay. Now, how I saw something on Instagram recently. The link from Atlanta Housewives was talking about how he hate.
Atlanta Housewives. Huh?
why you follow that page?
I
though?
don't, man.
He just
So you
follow
watch
that.
Atlanta Housewives?
Nigga, a thought.
No, he say he saw it on Instagram. That nigga follow that shit.
Oh, you follow the Atlanta
I saw it on
Housewives
Instagram.
IG?
You know how you know what I'm saying, trending shit come
I'm
out.
just fucking with
That's
you.
what happened.
Yes, Todd. We
So,
all seen it. It's
We
a
gonna
good
go look on
topic.
that page
go
right now,
ahead.
Todd, and
No.
double tap the fuck out that
Yeah,
shit. He
please,
liked
you know
it.
Todd. Go
You know
look at
Todd
it,
to like that.
Go look at it.
Go ahead, Todd.
But no, it was a little trending topic that he had, and I, you know what I'm saying, he was speaking on how, you know what I'm
he?
saying, the black bald head guy had the white beard.
You better not tell me his name. I'll be like, you really be watching. Go ahead. Go ahead.
The black bald head guy with the white beard. I don't think he even on now no more. But he was, you know, he put a video out saying like, he loved black women. Don't get it confused. However, he hates it when they have like honey brown weaves and stuff like that. Like,
It depends on what.
I think he said dark skin.
Okay, how about that?
That's
but
what
dark
got him in
skin,
trouble.
you know what I'm saying?
That's what got him in trouble.
I mean, I've seen some dark skinned women with honey blonde hair or brown hair or dark brown hair, and it look good. It just depends on the hair and the person. If it
Does
works,
that
it
matter
works.
to you though?
I don't give. I mean,
Did it matter? I should say that. Just
me
put it out there.
personally, what I prefer your natural color of your hair, whatever color it is.
Whether it's short, long, you
Yeah,
prefer.
right. I prefer it to be your natural hair. Me personally.
I think it can work. Like if a chick is like aesthetically beautiful, then she can have a bald head. She's still gonna. You like, damn.
But there's nothing wrong with
But-
changing it too, yeah.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with changing it, and you know, you shouldn't tell a woman what to do with her body.
I can
But-
tell you what I like.
Well, yeah, what's wrong? Like, why can't men have a preference?
All right.
that goes back
They can.
to that again. That goes right back into what we were what
He
we were
never
just talking
said. He never said, "Hey,
Right.
if you're dark skinned and you're wearing blonde hair, you're doing something wrong."
Well, what exactly?
man said
what exactly?
he
didn't
doesn't like it.
about.
Gotcha.
Emphasis on he.
So you saw that too, Ken?
Yeah, I saw it.
You saw that stuff? I ain't see that.
I ain't see it.
So
Just
you trying
like
to clown-
just like Meek Mill said, he didn't like lace fronts.
So you trying to clown Ty for following the same page you follow, huh?
I saw it too.
No, because
He tried to act all silent like we didn't see his ass. Like we wasn't gonna hear him say.
I liked it.
man, it's like Shades room or something.
double
Like,
tap.
we all follow
Yeah,
that. But no, like you can. I'm glad you brought it up because I had forgot about it. But no, you can have a preference. Like if Meek Mill don't like lace fronts, hey, if you want to be with Meek Mill, don't have no
I
lace
don't like him
fronts.
either. I don't like him either.
We're noticing a trending topic on everything that we pretty much have said. Like you cannot have an opinion on something.
Right.
Like fuck it. A preference is a nigga. I've had women. I've had people throughout my life tell me shit like I've been sitting at a table with women to be like shit. I've heard, some women at a table be like, "Oh shit, I don't date fat boys.
Right.
I don't talk to niggas." Like that's your preference. That's okay.
I done had women tell me I only deal with fat niggas. Okay, well,
And that's okay.
that's
it's
okay.
wintertime.
Well,
We
you save
popular.
me some time.
So I get it.
now is always you shaming this genre.
Yeah, man, that's that
individual.
that's that
what I'm
sensitive
saying,
shit,
like,
man. That's what happened when we moved the 3-point line and started giving all the kids trophies, man. I'm sick of that sensitive ass shit. Like, don't get me wrong, you should be sensitive to people's needs, and don't purposely go out
Right.
and belittle people and spew hate speech, but. At the same time, man, people are entitled to I don't want hamburgers, I want chicken tenders.
Right.
Like
You like what you
goddamn,
Right.
I don't like this type of. I like this. That's okay. That's their preference.
I always thought
Shit.
it was okay.
Sick of that shit.
Having an opinion, I'm and even to this day, I don't care.
Did you
I'm
look at
going to have my opinion on whatever it is.
were they killing him in the comments?
Amber Rose went off. Like,
Why?
Yeah,
She's not a black woman with dark blonde hair.
I think Amber Rose just need attention because like she's just
but
slowing
they
down.
were, like you said, they were killing him behind it. Like, because he said what he prefers. Like, him as an individual. Like, you want to put everybody in a cage?
I told you, it's a simulation, man. Like,
Why do I have
that's
to
crazy.
Why do I have to like everybody? Like even certain groups that it's off limits to talk about. Just because you're in that group doesn't mean I have to like you. I just might not like your personality. Might not like who you are. Like I don't like all black men. I don't like all black women. A lot of people I don't like.
Right.
You don't like no goddamn body.
Actually, yeah. So why can't I not like everybody? If that's my preference, then hey, it is what it is.
And I don't think it's at this point. I used to say it was more so of everybody's so sensitive type thing. I don't even think it's a sensitive thing. I think it's just a controlling thing.
I think
Everybody wants to have control of something or have something to say about something. Like I said, man, you cannot say that you don't like something without it being either you like if somebody got an album out and you say, "Man, I don't like that." And you listen to it. You took the time out of your life that you can't get back to listen to it, and you decide, "Hey, I don't like it." You a hater because you don't like the album. Like, no.
I just saying.
Bro, I don't like the
Well,
music.
I learned you got to word it
because 2 or 3 of us is a hater every time somebody drops something.
I agree.
But that should.
But I think it's a mixture of both. I think we are overly sensitive, along with people who have to say something about it. You're overly sensitive, yet you have to say something as well. So I do think it's a mixture of both of those cultures right now.
Like I think it's funny when people tell me like, "Oh, your friends like." It's no way they could be sensitive. They must be the toughest people in the world to be your friends. The things you say. Nigga, do you know what these folks say to me every day? Like, are you serious? Y'all just don't get that.
and you know what we got to deal with after we say it?
The
We gotta
wrath.
pick up the pieces.
The wrath.
Why would he say that to me? I'm sorry. Hey man, but that bring up I'm glad that you said that. That bring up a point about feelings and emotions. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't even really want to like. I really didn't want to go here yet, but you said about like feelings and like I just wanted to talk about or touch on like about men in general. Me and Huda was having a conversation earlier, like via text, and we was talking about like not to step on anything or not to belittle anything, but we're all men here at this table, and Huda was talking about how like when he was little, he was like he used to cry a lot. we talked about it. We janked him for being a crybaby, right?
Mm-hmm.
And as men, we always do talk about little boys that cry. Like, why that nigga crying so much? Or why he always whining? A little whining ass. Like, and we teach boys little. When you fall, get up. You all right. I look at, if Jordan or Logan, when they was little, when they fall, come here, I hug them and stuff.
Right.
And then I've told people out of my mouth, or if that was my little boy, I'd be like, man, get up. And I keep walking.
Right.
Get your ass up. You know what I'm saying? And so we harden men. And some of it I think is warranted. We live in a tough, cold world. You know what I mean? We have to, be what we are for a reason. But
right.
when we teach our boys, you know what I'm saying, and we have all kind of grew up under this umbrella where, like, you all right, you all right, suck it up.
Mm-hmm.
Stop complaining. Stop crying. Stop saying this. And in those things, if you think about it, what you're ultimately doing as a little kid is you expressing yourself, right?
Yeah. Right.
Like you don't have words, so you expressing yourself the way you know how.
Right.
And ultimately, people are always telling you like, hey, don't do that. Hush. You all right. Stop complaining. Stop whining. Do this. Do that. The little boys don't do that. Like I've seen it. Little boys don't do this.
Right.
Little boys don't do that. And so ultimately, we end up growing up to be not all, because I know people, I don't do that shit. So cool, you could be tough, all right? But we ultimately grow up and get to a point where, like, we don't express ourselves as much.
Mm.
And you get to a situation where we get in relationships, and at some point, we have all heard this shit where you don't talk to me like how you talk to your homeboys.
Right.
Shit, you say
gonna
3
respond.
words to me, but you say 100,000 words to your homeboys.
Not gonna take
And
offense.
I think for me, I get it because we all kind of relate and we understand that logic.
As a boy.
But then, like, a lot of women, I say, like, why don't you communicate? Is it safe to say that it goes back to the fact that we have never been able to express ourselves in a sense?
I think
Yeah, you asked a lot of. I mean, I'm not saying wrong, but yeah, it was a lot of stuff to kind of have a comment on. But as far as your last thing, when you said like, yeah, the communication with women, it's like, I know how to talk to you. I know how to talk to women too, but I know how to talk to you. And then
Stop. Do you know how to talk to him, or is it a point to where you're like, I don't have to worry about what I say to him?
Exactly. Well, yeah. I know whatever I say to you,
It's okay.
it's okay.
Yeah.
And if it's not, we're gonna have a direct conversation. Be like, hey man, that shit wasn't cool. And it's gonna stop there. As far as women, it's gonna prolong, it's gonna evolve to something else when I didn't mean nothing by it.
And I
Right.
can't. And I
But
can't
most
curse.
times that's not necessarily
And I
case
can't.
either,
It's simply like I can't curse her out. Like I'll curse him out. I'll curse you out. I'll curse you out.
Right.
I can. I love you, wife, and I'll talk to you about anything. But
Right.
I can curse him out and say, "Nigga, fuck you. I don't give a fuck about that shit." I can't say that to you.
Right.
Yeah. If I walk in the house and be like, man, fuck you.
But,
You know how crazy that shit gonna be? But every time I meet y'all, I might say, man, fuck you. And just having the happiest day of my life. You ain't did shit to me.
right. But not all the time with guys. Sometimes it could be in a negative connotation. Like, say for instance, you did some shit,
Mhm.
but I started acting a certain way with you. I started being distant with you. I don't fuck with you like that.
Mhm.
You don't know why. I ain't told you why. You see what I'm saying? So that could also fall under that umbrella of not knowing how to communicate, or me just saying, fuck it, I ain't fucking with that nigga no more. You don't know what the hell you did. You still know him.
And
You know what I'm saying?
as a dude, that probably would happen from a dude. But a female probably try to come talk to you.
But 9 times out of 10, if a dude stop talking to another dude, he already know what he did.
Yeah.
And I wanted to be clear. I wanted to be clear to understand that, like, what we're talking about here is how we hear shit, how we want to communicate shit, and a lack of understanding of how to always communicate shit. So,
Right.
so for women listening, we're not saying, we're not talking for you. We're speaking from a man perspective of how, like going back to what Can't Get Right said. He knows how to talk to me, and this is why I brought this up, because me and Huda was having this conversation, and I had this conversation multiple different times. That, like, when I talk to my homeboy, I can say exactly what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Right.
I can go in there and be like, man, shut the fuck up. Or, man, that shit trash, your shirt trash and shit.
Right.
And from a man perspective, if we say that to a woman, sometimes we see where they internalize it.
Yeah.
And they be like,
Take it to heart.
oh, what was he meaning by that?
Yeah.
they gotta, they might ask their friend or their mama or their cousin, like, well, he said this. What does that mean?
Yeah.
Like, it means exactly what I say. And that's why I feel like sometimes, like when you communicate with me, we don't know what to say, and sometimes we don't say everything that we really want to say because
Most of the time we don't say what we really want to say.
Let me go back
because we can't.
Let me go back to that. I'm glad you brought that back. That made me remember something. Like you said, as a kid, it was a crier, and mom would be like, "Nigga, shut the fuck up, stop crying. Nigga, men don't cry, boys don't cry." So that does develop, and I don't even know. I don't know if that's the reason why, but I think we kind of talked about it today and was like, maybe that's the reason why you like fuck everything.
Yeah,
that trains you to shut up and just deal with it internally.
And that's because like we talk a lot, man, and like we never want to discredit anything that going, especially in our community, man, because we already marginalized, we already discredited. Black men and black women, sometimes we get discredited for a lot of stuff. So this is in no way, no shape or form trying to discredit anything. This is just simply some black men on a platform talking about some issues that we have dealt with.
Maybe yours was different, but this is ours.
You know what I'm saying? And people sometimes are scared to say it. Like, we've been talking about everything that's in the news from the abuse standpoint. There's a lot of men that have been abused.
Right.
I know a lot. I know personally a lot of men that experienced it, but because of pride, because of that, shut up and don't cry. Shut up and don't tell them and don't complain. Niggas don't say nothing.
Not at all.
They be quiet about it.
Men are just talking, and like you said, wrong or right, it might not be the best thing to do moving forward with this new era to be raised how we was raised, but it teaches men like you can't show any weakness.
At all.
Just think about how many, especially we're talking about black men, how many black men would still be living if that, oh man, I can't let these folks think I'm a chump. So let me go shoot this nigga.
Yeah,
So, I question.
we do some horrible things.
Horrible shit to each
We do some
other.
horrible shit to each other. Men.
Just to seem
I'm talking about
strong.
men. We do some horrible shit for each other because of pride and to seem strong. And maybe, I'm not saying, this is the direct reason, but maybe because of that, shut up. Don't tell them about hush.
That's exactly
don't cry. Be tough.
So with that,
boys don't do that.
With that being said, is it time to start teaching young boys differently? And
Yes.
Are people
really
people
do.
teaching young boys
I think
differently?
I think it's very important that we start talking. Man, think about this. At this table, in our group chat, it used to be a point, and I'm not saying that this doesn't exist, so please don't let me be insensitive to this. We all grew up, I know for me, and I know in talks to a lot of my other friends, we all grew up kind of fatherless. Like, we all grew up figuring it out from mom and let mom kind of teach us the rights, the wrongs, or whatever. You know what I mean?
Right.
Maybe you had an uncle or a big cousin or a big dog or whatever you call it. You know what I mean? But we all grew up kind of fatherless. But in our world, what we do, we all present in our kids' lives. And I think it's very important, and we have a responsibility here. Like, I don't know no deadbeats. I'm just being real. I can't look at my friends and like I don't have a friend that I can say that don't do what they supposed to do or they don't handle their business or they don't like active in their kids' lives. And I appreciate that, in my circle. So I say that to say that we have a responsibility to make sure that we start teaching our kids, women and our little girls and our little boys that like, hey, that's not how you handle stuff, man. It's okay to express yourself, man. Like, yeah, you pick yourself up, but like you also teach them why you're doing. Like we're in a teaching moment right now,
Right.
And the world is helping us be able to let out platforms where we can teach these kids, man.
Courtney asked me the other day, she was like, would you tell would you teach your son not to go in a woman's purse? But I was saying that to say you got to have both sides. Yeah, I never going to Courtney purse. Even now, I'm bringing her the whole goddamn. Here you go.
Get that out my back pocket.
I do that too.
And then it bothers her. She like, just get it. No. Because my daddy told me. Like, somebody told y'all that too at some point.
Right.
What's the meaning behind that?
I don't know. That's what I told her.
Just don't do
To me,
it.
it was
I don't know.
my thing, it was a respect thing. Just don't do it.
Right.
Like,
I ain't got to know why.
Yeah.
It's just something I just don't do. And my daddy
and I
told me
remember
that.
asking as a little kid, like, go get the billfold in the inside of my purse. I'm like, can I?
Just bring
you
you
want
the
me to go
purse.
in your purse?
Right.
Like, nah, but
Bring it on.
I just say that to say like, I hear a lot, just from my single women friends or co-workers and things that why men don't know how to communicate? Why men don't do this? And I just wonder if the bigger conversation do that date back to, you know, and that's what made me bring it up. Do it date back to the times where, like, a lot of times we wasn't able to express ourselves, or sometimes we see things and it's viewed differently for us than other people. I don't know.
And having to being the only person at the table that has a son, hell, boy about to be 20 then.
We be forgetting about that grown ass.
That's gonna lead me somewhere else. I'm glad you
right. So that I can sit here and say, yeah, that definitely. Hey, stop all that fucking crying. Don't do that. You know what I'm saying? And me being damn near 40 at the time, I have never told
that
him.
nigga Medicare package.
I've never told a man that I missed him.
You your initial enrollment.
Like, I never did.
It was hard for you.
It was hard for me to convey that to him because, one, nobody in my house told me that. They never said it to nobody.
Mm-hmm.
Right? You know what I'm saying? So,
right.
Hold up. Just because you said nobody ever told you that, me and Huda was laughing because, like, we was talking about how, like, it's hard for us to take compliments.
Yeah.
Like, you don't know, like, oh, you're so nice. Like,
you just laugh it off. You chuckle.
Like,
thank you. You know what I'm saying?
It should be awkward. Right. Like, in real life, it really feel weird.
Why
is that?
Is that twofold?
Like, for men, why is that?
Is that twofold, though? Because it can be, and I've learned that it doesn't have to be. When I say twofold, meaning it's hard for you to take compliment, but is it also hard for you to give compliments?
I can give compliments.
Yeah. I think it's me personally, I think it's twofold because
it's tough for me. Yeah, me too. I do too.
You know what I'm saying?
And I be meaning it, and I think you should know, but you know.
Yeah, right. Because I'm attracted to you.
Mm-hmm.
No doubt about it. But you want to hear it, and I get that.
Right.
But that's not the first thing on my mind in the morning at 7 on the way out the door.
And mine is like,
while I'm rushing.
And I'm looking at you.
Right.
Yes, I'm thinking it. Like, damn.
And I know I got to say, I know at this point I have to say it, but sometimes it just doesn't come
right.
out.
So,
because in my mind, I was like, damn, you was fine yesterday and shit changed
That's
since you
what
went to bed.
I told you yesterday.
You ain't get ugly when you went to sleep.
That's what I said. So I told you yesterday.
Nigga went to sleep and woke up ugly. I'm going to tell you what happens. It feeds into that emotion.
I'm ugly.
Oh my God, I'm ugly.
No, bro,
the same fan you were when I decided to
ain't shit changed.
But again, like, we joking, we laughing about it, but that's just we showing you for all our women listeners. We sorry.
I'm thinking about, okay, how can I, you know what I'm saying, get to work and function for 8 hours, come home, what we gonna, like, it's the hustle and bustle of the day. How my day gonna end. When I tell you, boy, I don't know what I'm gonna do in the next 30 minutes, so don't ask me what I got planned next Saturday. That mean, bro, I'm living life every day, however this shit goes.
100 miles an hour.
But do that come from what we talking about? Do
exactly,
that come from,
bro.
Like, when you fall, scrape your knee, and you about to cry.
Nigga, get up. You better get up.
Don't you say nothing.
Don't you say
you better get up.
You gotta swallow hard.
You learn then to keep it moving. Like, I don't have time.
It's like this. You better get up and go pay that light bill. Ain't nobody else gonna
like, you know what I'm saying?
There you go. That's what I'm saying. I'm thinking about shit. How can I get this money for this bill? How do, you know, it's Christmas coming and it's August. I'm thinking about Christmas. Like, it's so much real life shit going on in my mind that I don't think to be like, damn, I forgot to tell my wife she
like that shit happened yesterday, to be exact.
So, babe, you look good to me every day.
Right. And I woke up.
Shit, I'm finna text Courtney.
I woke up. Nigga, I woke up late yesterday, so I'm up rushing to get out the house.
Right.
Goddamn, I'm out the house, I'm running, I got one shoe on, one shoe off. She texts me 2 minutes. You ain't kiss me. I'm like, damn, my bad, I'm sorry.
Right.
I kissed you the last 388 days. My bad. You know what I'm saying? I missed that.
My man takes
like,
for real.
Yeah, 2 minutes later.
Serious business.
But I get it.
But that go, like, for me, like you said, twofold. But it's easier to give compliments, but it's harder to accept them. Like, I've had
I don't even be knowing what to say.
Especially, like, you know, with me and Jordan in the situation, everybody know how that go.
Right.
But, like, people like, oh, you're such a great father. It's just so, and they like talking to me. And to me in my head, like,
just the father.
Like, that's what I'm supposed to do.
Y'all
Y'all compliment me on somebody's part. And I get it. I had to learn that, like, everybody don't do that or something. But when I look at it, I look at all my friends and, like, I'm doing the same thing that everybody around me does.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I got it. I learned to start accepting it and just saying thank you or I appreciate that. You know what I mean? But it do feel like it, as a man, it be kind of feeling kind of.
You know what's crazy, fool? We used to be like, they go stop. When you just say you would be at Jordan Chill competition, you'd be like, somebody text They go to Father of the Year. That nigga be like, man,
Got
cut
the
that out.
Dad shirt
Cut that out. You know what I'm saying? Cut that out. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, don't tell
cut
me
that out is
right.
key.
Yeah, cut that out. Don't do that.
I used to say that nigga Happy Mother's Day. He used to get he didn't really get mad. He laughed. I ain't gonna do my bad like
Yeah, because
Thought I was the only
to
one,
me-
goddamn.
Nah, because because honestly, the reason why I used to do that, like I feel like that, like people like Happy Mother's Day, nigga, a single mother, nigga. Nah, nigga, I'm a father.
Right.
Like, give me. I want that. I want the
that.
father credit,
Right.
goddamn. Nah, nigga, fuck that. I
Gonna
want
get
that
both,
credit.
goddamn
Give me
it.
that shit.
But I had a few things to say. So, for one, women talk to women different. They can,
do.
like,
They do.
Y'all, they homegirl can say, bitch, you fat. Like, yeah, I'd have put out a couple pounds. But you can't say that.
You can't.
And then, like, women don't
Nigga, you
understand
can't say nothing close to that.
close to that
At all.
at all.
Be like
Nigga,
okay.
you know you didn't put on, you know what your weight used to be and what it is now. But also, like, women don't understand that men allow you the luxury to be able to say whatever the fuck you want to say. And we just got to take it, knowing that you can't handle what we really want to say. So kind of think about that in the back of your mind.
I'm gonna say that they can handle whatever. They're equipped to handle whatever they can handle.
Women are the mightiest sword of them all.
Yeah, they can handle it. So just
Okay.
know that stock said that they can handle it. I want to note it that I said that they can handle it.
And take that tone and context and do what you will with it. But,
it was crazy to say that, and I mean, like, I don't know, like I that conversation has been floating around so much, you know what I mean, and I just want to ask.
I will say this. Keep giving me compliments, but if I don't know how to respond to them, I'm sorry, but I'll accept them.
Yeah.
You brought up you being a father at a young age. I got a question for you. Y'all ever been caught in a girl's house? Or a girl been caught in y'all house? I have.
Fuck, everybody got real quiet and looked around and shit. Everybody looked around. So
No.
I ain't never got caught.
And it's multi-layered. It's multi-layered. How did your parents or their parents respond? And how would you as a parent, if you're a parent or not, how would you as a parent, how would you respond if you catch your kids doing that shit?
Man, so it's different.
It's different. Yeah.
Okay, so look.
So many
For
sides.
me, I've gotten caught trying to sneak somebody in when I was in high school. I'll never forget that shit. Boy, I thought I had scoped the scene out real good. You know, at the time, my mama smoked. You know what I'm saying? She smoked cigarettes. And I remember, like, I thought I had did the little pre-check, went back there, stuck my little neck around the door. She was in there snoring and shit.
You did it with mama in the house.
Yeah,
In my house.
And your mama was there?
Yeah, she was asleep.
Okay.
Yeah, man, I had a whole wing to myself, so I thought. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm running thinking I'm running the play. I open the back door and shit. I turn. All I see is like the ember. What they call it? The ember?
The amber.
The amber.
The color.
Off her cigarette. It's pitch black. All I see is a little orange shit light up. What the fuck you doing? I said, huh? She cut on the light then. What y'all doing? I was like, shit, she came to get some homework.
What time was it, fool?
Like 1 on a Friday or Saturday, goddamn. Nobody come to get no homework. But yeah, I've been caught before, and to answer your question, like, it's crazy because I have always felt like, and I'm gonna say this, it might be wrong, but the way I had always viewed it, we champion when it's your little boy, like, oh, look at
Right.
Junior.
Right.
Go ahead, Junior.
Right.
I hear you. But then when it's your little girl, me being a father of 2 women, 2 girls, you know what I mean? That have to grow in this society. I'm scared shitless for them because of the world that they live in and the things. Hopefully, you know, we see things changing, but, you know, I would be way tough on them. Like, if I saw a boy sneaking in my house, that'd be a good time to see if I still got hands. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Shit.
Gonna need
I'm
knee
gonna test them
replacement.
hoes out, see if they still work. But my little boy, I'm like, hey, yeah, boy, don't let your mama find that. Wink, wink. You know what I'm saying? But that's wrong. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
at the end of the day, that's a teachable moment because
Especially now.
I don't want my little boy, you know, sneaking in somebody's house and somebody feel like me and want to put hands on him. Because now I'm going to be mad.
Because how you gonna? Y'all just gonna ask
Right,
you how you gonna
but
deal
how
with that?
could I really be if he didn't, you know, I could understand that father's position. You
Because
know
that's what I
mean?
did. And my same scenario. But mine was the opposite. It wasn't my house. It was her house. I was in 11th grade, maybe 10th, 11th grade, something like that. I don't know. And it wasn't her parents. It's actually, I was leaving. The neighbors across the street saw me. Yeah, the neighbors guy. Man. I thought
the neighbors is the
Exactly.
Hey, they with the shit too.
we were supposed to be at school. It was probably like 11 o'clock in the daytime. We supposed to be at school. Neighbors called us. Her mama come to, and that's why it's weird how I would handle it, because her mama comes to my mama's house. Her mom's upset. My mom's like, I'm sorry. What you want me to do?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'll tell them not to come to your house no more, but what you want me to do? You know what I'm saying? So I was the boy, so I get that. That's why my mama handled it, but I also get why her mother handled it that way.
Right.
Yeah.
Like,
And I'm
because you're going to be much more protective of a kid.
Damn right.
And I was the same way until I thought about it. Like, damn, I mean, what would I say? What can I say if it's my son doing that? All I can really do is teach him to do it right. But it's at the point to nowadays where you see so much stuff coming back. If he's 16, she's 15, it's coming back on them 10 to 15 years later. Like, hey, that was rape. Simply 16 and 15, like stuff like that. So you gotta, it's at the point where you gotta teach them different now. Like, man, stay out them people's house. Don't go in nobody's house.
I was
You know what I'm saying? And it's at a point where you kind of got to teach no sex. I'm sorry, but you're not old enough to be having sex. It's no sex.
Got to.
You know? But me personally, do it the right way. Strap up, young boy, young girl. Don't you
that's
do
what I had to
it.
do with my son. I just told him, hey, I teach you to do it the right way. Now that I have a daughter, somebody sneaking in my house.
Yeah, he getting his hand. Pow, 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 pow. You
like,
better
I'm
not
tell you
sneak my
something, son. God bless him.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And I ain't saying she off the hook either, because at the end of the day, man.
She's not off the
She's-
hook, but I
right.
don't know what I would do to my daughter.
Right.
You know?
Right.
So, I don't know what can I do?
I guess you got shot ground. Take their phone or do something. I don't know.
And
Well,
It gotta be extreme, bro.
I just say too to parents, man. Like, we talked about talking to our kids now and doing a little different than what we did. I feel like society now, man, we got so much knowledge, man. Like, think about it, man. We've been through everything that they're gonna go through. We've been through middle school. We've been through high school. We've been through college. We're in corporate worlds. We've seen what society deal you and what it teach you, and a lot of it is repetitious. Like, it's the same shit you're gonna see over and over again.
It's to repeat
I
itself.
think, like, I could easily be with the fussing, and even with my daughter's age, like, you know what I'm saying, like, we can be with the fussing and all that shit, but that don't prevent nothing, because they're gonna end up doing what's natural.
Mhm.
It's natural to be attracted to another person. You know what I mean? It's natural to have sex and recreate. Like, that's a natural thing. So the only thing we can do, man, you can do all that bullying and want to if you want to. But again, we all been in college, and we all saw the person who had the super strict folks, and what happened when they first got foot on that campus.
They ended up on poles.
But
I say that to say that, like, we have to be in teaching mode, man. We have to teach these kids to navigate through this world, because this shit is getting crazy, and that's all. That's the only thing I got on it.
So as I was thinking about being caught away, I just realized that, like, I might have been molested.
Oh, you me too, baby.
What's his name?
Me
Shut up. And if it was a man, what would be wrong with that?
Nothing. I just want to know his name.
Oh, get him.
But since you want to be PC Hootie.
Get him.
That's why Hootie said nothing's wrong with that.
I was 17 and I was with somebody that was in their 20s.
You was already 6.
24.
You got to press charges.
Married. And we over at her mom house.
What's the legal age
You
of
gotta
consent
press
in
charges.
Bama?
I don't think it's...
I know it's over 17.
I think Alabama's 17.
You got to press charges.
So you good.
That's still weird.
That's still
It is.
But somebody comes in. So I go run to the bathroom, and mind you, her husband was a real nigga. So I'm scared as shit. I go run in. I'm behind the shower, scared as shit.
They say real recognize real. Y'all supposed to lock eyes and be like, you know what I'm saying?
Fuck that.
I just fucking-
So I'm in the shower
Tell your
shivering,
ass up.
goddamn. But till I hear her sister in there laughing.
Mhm.
So then, grab a towel or whatever and come out. But that shit scared the fuck out of me because I thought I was dead in that whole fool.
How old you say
You
you
ain't
were?
been back over
I like
there?
17.
Oh, 17.
You was 6'5", man.
Oh, hell no.
Yeah, I think Alabama.
Nah, this nigga was a real nigga. So,
Yeah, I think
hell nah.
Alabama 17. But that was good, man. I'm glad that y'all boy chimed in on that. And I mean, no way are we indicating that we're speaking or voicing from all people, because I know how niggas do. Nigga, be like, man, I don't feel like that. You know what I'm saying? Because
That's
they want to
fine.
get some stripes. I get it.
We're okay with that.
You know what I'm saying? That's fine. And this is not for everybody. This is what we're saying. It's 4 men at this table. It's 4 different perspectives. We don't all think the same. Like some of these niggas at this table is dumb as fuck. I'll tell you that now.
You
but
included that too.
yeah, I don't agree with none of the shit half these niggas do. But I mean, we just wanted to make sure that we shed light on it because it was something that was on my mind and that shit came up and I just want to throw that out there.
Future. Y'all watch the Future video? Or any bits and pieces of it?
Nah.
You should. I think you should.
Yeah, I might get around to it.
I think you should. I think it's a good video. It's about an hour long. It's like a semi-doc. I want to say they went.
my nigga.
Yeah, it is. It goes back as far as like 2014, 2015. Just showing this process. And they had people on there speaking about him like Drake. And for me, the most important person on there, to have this person on there to speak about Future is kind of crazy. I get it that that's where you come from, but it's 2 totally different kinds of music. Andre 3K.
Nah, I get that. You know why?
Andre 3K, because
They he Atlanta.
Yeah, no.
it's more than that.
No,
And I
he's
didn't know
third
that.
generation Dungeon Family.
Right.
He's like second, third generation
Right.
Dungeon
Yeah, I
Family.
remember that. And
Yeah.
Future got ties to Dungeon Family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And-
I
and-
didn't know that shit.
Exactly.
I got to
That's
watch
why you got to watch it. Because Andre
Oh,
3000
so you never watched that Organized Noise documentary?
I did.
It was in there.
Yeah, he been part of.
Yeah, he
I
was
think his
around
uncle or
for all that,
somebody,
yeah.
he grew up around. Future grew up around Dungeon Family.
Right. And that's why Andre was like, this is why I respect him more. Because he's hanging around people like Dungeon Family and Andre 3000 and Big Boy. Yet, most people will try to get in there and rap like we rap. This man has his whole own genre.
Style, yeah.
And it's totally different for a kid at that age to do something of that nature.
Yeah.
And that's why I respect some of the style and versions that these young people take on. It's not you, but if you listen to some of them,
Mhm.
like arguably around here, like we'll say Wayne or Jay-Z or something. Some of those younger ones will say that's who they listen to. They just came up with a different version of what Wayne was doing. It's their style. And you gotta respect that shit. Like, stop shitting on it. Stop bothering it. The same thing we were talking about with Ebro. Like, stop bothering those
Let it
little
happen.
boys. Like, you know what I'm saying? Listen, and with Future, you know, he's been in the game for a minute. But like how Todd just said, he didn't know that he came up around Dungeon Family and stuff like
I
that.
did not know that shit.
And took it and made it to his own.
What was you watching when you said you saw a rapper sitting down in the booth? What were you watching?
No, I think DJ asked
That was a
him.
clip.
What that was?
Oh.
It was a clip. I don't know. It was like a Instagram clip or something.
And so Future was like,
They do that now.
I made 2 songs. It was whatever was on the Masked On album. It was Mask Off, and whatever the other song is.
March Madness?
No, it wasn't that album.
Okay.
That was on the mixtape. It was another song. He was like, it was supposed to be the lead single or whatever. But I made Mask Off sitting down. He was like, since that one hit and the one I planned to hit, I was recording sitting down, I'll never stand up in the booth again.
Yeah.
He's like, I used to hate the booth. But me being able to sit down and rap this from the booth, I never.
It just make you more comfortable.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? It's more of a comfortable, like, think about it. You're sitting down and you get the, you know what I'm saying? Because sometimes, I ain't gonna lie, when you used to look in the booth, you see niggas jumping around and shit, you be like, oh yeah, that's how I need to be.
be tired in 5 seconds.
Right.
Yeah. But honestly, like, you're more relaxed.
Yeah.
You can kind of just, you know, whatever your mode that you get in, and a lot of people starting to get to it, and
you
you realize it.
And standing up is kind of harder to be mellow, but sitting down you can be mellow, but you can also get hype while you sit down.
Yeah, we don't do this podcast standing up.
Yeah.
Should
This
be
is true.
goddamn 12 minutes.
I would think you was standing up, Angry Man.
No, man. I haven't been angry this whole episode.
You're right. He only stand up in the thing. It's Joe. That's what
Yeah,
he's
we
standing
we
up
talking
doing.
about a lot of entertainers, so of course,
But
you
yeah,
pick no fights.
I like Future. I like Future.
today.
I wasn't necessarily checking for his project, but I do have to go watch the documentary that you sent because I just like documentaries, man. I love when you can put a story behind what I'm listening to because sometimes that make you relate to people a lot more. You know what I mean? So
And that's what I was thinking about. In this week of documentaries, the R. Kelly documentary made you probably hate him more, but I think this documentary will make you like Future a bit more. It just shows you his background and how basically a lot of people are surviving and living and thriving because of this guy. So that's what, I don't know how good the album's going to be, but as far as him as a person, I respect
Yeah,
him a little
folks.
bit more.
So,
spinning off of that. Right, go ahead, Joe.
no, go ahead.
No, spinning off of that R. Kelly thing you just said.
Mhm.
Hey, y'all seen the nigga Torre?
Yeah, he was on that. They
that
say-
shit crazy.
I didn't get the details, but I saw he's going through some stuff too now.
Yeah,
He was
Some workplace stuff.
Yeah, some workplace stuff.
yeah, some workplace harassment.
Is it one person, multiple people?
Yeah, I guess it was just one female came out and said he was harassing her at work, like, you know, dirty jokes type stuff. You know what I'm saying?
He DM'd them like, "Hey boo," and she DM'd her back, "Hey Harv," like Harvey
Weinstein. Whoa.
Because like, but he got fired.
But what was the response after that too?
They telling him to shred because, you know, he was on that R. Kelly thing.
Yeah, Terry Henderson. But I'm saying as far as that conversation, they have any more information? Because right now it's he says.
Right.
Do they have it?
But
as all.
I mean, she reported and he got fired.
Right.
So I don't mean it had maybe
back then or recently.
No, this was recent.
I'm saying he got fired recently.
No, it was like maybe a couple of years back, a couple of months back.
Okay.
But nobody knew why he got fired. But I didn't even know anything about it till I just heard about it.
It seems as though people are really going to bat for this guy, man. So if you got some aura, so I mean they digging all this stuff up behind that man. I guess having too much negative stuff to say behind him, man. Hey guys, listen, this nigga's a fucked up individual. Okay, there's no two ways about it. Okay, that nigga.
I've learned, man. I'm gonna start waiting shit out longer than you're supposed to wait it out, man. Sometimes you just gotta wait it out, see what happens, what comes from it, because every single day you get more details of what goes in his favor. More details of what goes in his favor. I don't fucking.
I do know.
You don't want to clear that up a little bit?
No.
You said you don't know about R. Kelly?
I mean, he's a creep.
That's what I'm saying. That's what
you don't.
That's what I'm saying.
There's some stuff you don't know.
Talking about in general.
Yeah, in general.
Of course.
Yeah, man, come on, man. Don't. Man,
No, I knew what he was saying.
I'm not talking about you when I say come on, man. I'm talking to these people. Come on, man. Ain't nobody defending that shit.
Yeah.
Shit is creepy.
Right.
Everybody up here has already said the shit that he was doing was creepy. But I think what my man was saying, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, is just in general what we talk about with social media stuff.
And it's not the first time I've said that. You gotta wait for more details.
Yeah, sometimes we need to just let shit play it out because we get more and more details, and that's not about R. Kelly.
Right.
And we've learned, we've learned ourselves. Hey man, this happened. Oh, today, tomorrow. No, it didn't happen. Then the next day, damn, I'm so far removed from the actual point I had at the beginning of the week to it's crazy. So, and that's it within a week nowadays.
And it's crazy, man. I was looking at an article, man. Since you brought up Future and you was talking about music, how Eminem is still one of the top selling albums of the year.
Mm-hmm.
He was top 4. It was Drake, XXX, and who was it? Post Malone or somebody like that?
Posty.
Yeah,
Okay.
Post Malone. Other than that, nobody outsold Eminem. In 2018, Eminem, that Kamikaze album that we laughed at, still one of the top selling grossing albums.
I liked it.
Did y'all listen to it?
I liked it.
I listened to it.
I listened to it a lot.
I listened to it too.
I liked it. It was the album before that was super trash, but the Kamikaze was straight.
Well, I mean, I think we kind of answered John's question. We all listen to it. We don't all four listen to hardly anything. And then he has a loyal fan base.
Y'all listen to my man that came out, what's his name, yesterday?
Killer.
Yeah, Killer Calion.
I'm
Is it
going to
Calion?
listen, but I haven't.
You listen to it? Y'all, what you think about
I think
it?
Killer's super underrated,
Right.
but I also get why people don't like it. He doesn't have that go-to song or that song that you just like, but as far as bar for bar and spitting, Killer live. And if you go back and listen to
Lorraine Motel,
Lorraine Motel, I put that album up with any album, especially with conscious rap, talking about what's going on today's time in our community, especially. But that Lorraine Motel can go with anything.
Tough, boy.
That Lorraine Motel was super hard. As Todd would say, harder than
Freezer, maybe.
But like Stock said, like it's not no shit we playing before while we trying to get ready for the podcast. Like it's just the entertainment value isn't there.
I think he's a spitter, but I hadn't listened to his music.
I'm not rushing to hear bars because I already know that. I already know you could do that.
Right.
Yeah.
Y'all saw that? Y'all listened to the Weeknd song and the shots that he was throwing at Drake in the song?
I think that was a shot. I think you can't be that close and not know that that's going to be perceived as a shot. So even if it wasn't, you knew it was going to be perceived as a shot and you was okay with it.
Right. He said something to the nature of he had to have the baby with the person or the woman that he knows because he doesn't want to hide the baby or something of that nature. Yeah. So it's kind of a shot at Drake, but also I just think it's a real good song. Me personally. I love the Weeknd music, so I'm ready to hear a real good Weeknd album. And he's going through some turmoil in his turmoil in his personal life. So, that's good for R&B singers and pop singers.
That is true.
So I'm ready for a weekend album.
Because what is it? House of Balloons, he had to be in the very
Whatever that
place.
3 album.
That trilogy.
That trilogy shit.
But House of Balloons was the best to me. I love House of Balloons.
I like everything before what was his last 2 albums? Everything before that was dope to me.
All his studio albums been not that good to me. But that trilogy was kind of dope to me. That's why I was going to ask a question. I ain't mean to ask it, but somebody said in group chat, like, Drake put...
I mean to ask a question, guys.
Right. Because...
Before he asked it.
Drake
As he's asking it.
Shut up. Our niggas don't know how to listen.
Nigga,
Non-communicating ass niggas.
We'll listen when it's time. Go ahead. Go.
So,
I ain't mean to listen.
I'm a listen though. Listeners. The Weeknd, did Drake put The Weeknd on?
That's what I've heard, but I didn't know The Weeknd from Drake.
Right.
So, but I've heard that was the case.
I would say when I finally heard of The Weeknd, I didn't know of Drake. No. Wait. Let me clear that up.
You know if he was
I knew of Drake, but I didn't know of them combined.
Yeah.
I didn't even know he was from.
I didn't know he was from Canada.
Yeah, I didn't know he was from Canada. I was listening to the trilogy, not before it became trilogy. It was
separate. It was
House
like 3
of
separate
Balloons
ones.
and House of Cards or something like that.
House of Balloons, it was,
Yeah, and that's how I was listening to it. I was like, okay, this man dope. You know what I'm saying? And then later on, it came that, he was from Canada and Drake.
Right.
So I said that to say that if he did put him on, I didn't know.
Yeah. That's all I'm going to have to say about that one.
Come out with an album, Ross.
Already.
He teasing stuff. He teasing little stuff.
I've been seeing them tease, like, I've been seeing Wale tease some stuff about them having a lot of music together. So that makes me think, what album are they on now? What was the whole Maybach music group? It was called something.
I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear Dreamville's new project. I don't care how many rappers Cole take a picture with.
You heard that, Todd?
It's still not going to be good.
I heard.
Hopefully he's saving this for his album because J. Cole don't. But I like the direction J. Cole is moving in. Seems to be. Seems like, I think we said this. Seems like he's opening himself up more and stuff like that. So I hope he kind of move more in that direction and need features and things like that.
I hear you, my G.
Yeah, I think J. Cole shit gonna be fire, man, regardless of what that man is saying, man. That man just hate J. Cole for whatever.
But is it J. Cole or is it like a Dreamville?
I think it's Dreamville. I saw
Ty like every Dreamville.
So
artist.
I'll say it'll be good J. Cole verses, but I don't know it as a whole if it'll be good. Or if it's something I would prefer to listen to, so to say. Consistently, more than once.
Okay, they have spitters. It's like, I don't know what the movement is going on right now in North Carolina, but them niggas are putting out some artists. Like, I'm talking about with lyrical ability. Like
Petey Pablo on the label?
No.
They tripping.
North Carolina.
Hell no.
Tripping.
Who else is from North Carolina? I'm just asking.
Dreamville?
Rhapsody.
I didn't know she was from there.
Yeah.
Either.
Rhapsody, Ninth Wonder. His whole squad.
He's not a rapper, though.
He got a movement, Jamla. The squad.
He been good. Yeah, he been real good for a long time.
That's what I'm saying. I'm just
He's
saying,
great,
like,
though.
North Carolina is pushing
I like that
artists.
dude that I was talking about last week, the baby dude.
Yeah.
He rap.
The group
He
with
got any mixtapes or albums or anything?
Yeah, he got a lot of shit out.
I see the clips, but I ain't never
Yeah,
seen
he
no
got a
album.
lot of little shit out. But like he raps this new school, but if you actually listen to him rap,
He
can
got
rap.
balls,
He
right.
can spit, yeah. So yeah, shouts out to North Carolina, man, jumping back in the game. They've been out for a minute, but now they back. I mean, when I say a minute, it was J. Cole.
Right.
But now they falling up.
They
Because J.
falling
Cole,
up, right.
we've been listening to him now
Right.
for some years.
Right.
Is this the longest
Ari
we've had to
Lennox.
wait for new music? New albums?
I was just saying that,
Yeah.
like 2019, like I was gonna say that 2019 kind of starting off a little slow.
Right. And
Like,
that's
like
about
music,
Friday,
this,
but that-
and it's crazy we said it because it only been like 3 weeks
Right.
since 21. When 21 came out, like 3 weeks ago, maybe.
2 weeks.
Yeah.
So since 21, new albums have came
Was
out.
21 and
think
shit,
it was
man, was it
18.
even in 19?
I don't think so. No, it
I
wasn't.
think it was.
It was
Him and Kodak him and Kodak because they
18.
came
That's
back.
the last album that came out.
Yeah, so
And that's the longest we've waited.
yeah.
Wow.
So we'll see what happened going forward. So
Hopefully we get this. Well, what comes out? Something comes out next week. Offset? Not Offset. Takeoff?
it's got to be Offset.
Offset, yeah. Cardi B.
That's the only one that ain't dropped. And I seen P say that man got a masterpiece.
I want to say it's the 20-something.
And
Who said
remember,
that?
and I want to go back on
P?
record again
P?
saying that I always thought that Offset was gonna have the best album of them all. And P, the CEO of QC.
So it's him, and then fucking next week is Future. That's all I know right now.
Yeah, we'll see. I'm looking forward to it, man, because it's a lot of artists that I want to see them drop some music.
Yeah, they got to be getting the calendar together between people because they may not want to drop on the same day or some shit like that. So,
A calendar?
like a calendar dates of when everybody, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, some people don't want you. It's at the point now where you don't want other people knowing when you're coming out too far in advance because of leaks and all kind of stupid.
Yeah, I mean amongst the labels, you know what I'm saying? Like they don't want to push too
I don't even think that that's a thing no more as much because
You're not going out and buying it.
hell, like,
Yeah, it's no more printed.
y'all want an album? Click.
Like-
There go my album.
Going back to the Future
If
shit.
4 people albums I want to hear come out on that day, I'm just going to
I listen to them.
download all of them. Yeah.
You still download albums though? Stop doing it.
Yeah, I don't understand why you said that.
Because your phone be too full. You don't have to download it. You just go there and play it.
The 256 or some shit.
The only time I get mad that I don't have some shit
When you're on the
downloaded is when
plane.
you're on the airplane.
Yeah, right.
But other than that,
I got a
shit, I'm
playlist.
good.
But when
And I
I
don't be
don't
on the
get on the plane,
often.
I just download it in. But
Mhm. Put a playlist together right
I
quick.
got enough music, but my podcast play, like, I think they just automatically download. So
You can
Yeah,
set it
if
to
you
automatically.
subscribe,
yeah, I think that's
once you subscribe, they automatically.
Okay, so my shit be good. So I like that.
How y'all felt about the Nick? I mean, we already talked about the Nick Cannon and Dame Dash.
Mhm.
How y'all? What's y'all feelings?
Me personally, I didn't have a problem with what Dame said. Like y'all, you don't. I don't think you have a problem with what he said, but I think that most people have a problem with how he said it. The question was, he was asking him about Jay-Z. Nick Cannon asked Dame Dash a question about signing Foxy Brown. And his response was like, "Man, why you asking me that? Don't ask me that. You got to ask that man that." And to me, yes, it was some animosity behind that, but to me, he still didn't answer that question. He still answered it the way that you would answer it. He just didn't answer it in maybe the tone that you would answer it in. I don't have a problem with how he responded and how he answered that question. Like, ask Jay-Z that question. Don't ask me that.
like people picked up on it. Like I guess it was the way he said it. Like I can be quiet, but then if I say shut the fuck up, I'm saying the same thing. You know what I'm saying?
And I get that, but I looked at it like, I don't know the last time I saw Dame talk any other kind of way.
Nah, because when he brings up Aaliyah and stuff like that, he's not
That's different, man. That's a girlfriend that passed away. He's not going to be aggressive and mad about it.
But that's somebody asking you if one of your business partners, best friends at the time, was sleeping with a 17-year-old. That's not a laughing. Even if it did happen, that's not a laughing thing.
No, it's not
Don't
that.
leave
Okay.
it out in the
So
open
let's
like
think,
that.
Didn't on another podcast didn't they call Dame?
Yeah.
And wasn't Dame being extra and outrageous like he always is?
Yeah.
And wasn't a last time you saw a clip of Dame on Instagram, wasn't he being outrageous?
That's cool to be
Okay,
outrageous
and
about.
then was it the time before that you saw Dame, he was being outrageous?
No, this is the time and place for everything. That ain't the time and place.
That's just Dame being outrageous.
If somebody
That's
asks me,
Dame being Dame.
hey, do you know if Hootie had sex with a 17-year-old? No.
Okay. No.
Ask that man that. No.
Okay, let's stop.
Nah, nigga.
Okay, stop. Okay, like, that's like a person asked me, why y'all let Can't Get Right talk about fat bitches like that? That's Can't Get Right. He don't mean nothing behind it. He's just talking how he talks.
And you don't see no difference between the two.
No.
It's not illegal for me to talk about fat bitches.
He's not talking about it, though.
I don't know. Okay.
That's what I'm saying, but okay.
Okay. Stop.
Got no dog in this hunt there, buddy.
He didn't. He did it.
I fuck that. This my thing, man. And it's the shit that I keep saying, man. Like, and I say this over and over again. I refuse, period. If I don't have any facts or any information or anything, I'm not speaking on nobody's name unless I know. I'm not speaking on shit that I don't know nothing about. And if somebody else want to talk about it, hey man, I don't know nothing about that. That's all. I don't know what the fuck you talking about. If that's how I feel. But other than that, man, I'm not name dropping. I'm not throwing out no shit that I don't have no concrete evidence or information about. That's just me. I'm from a different cloth, I guess. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to speculate just because that's what the people want to hear. And I'm not going to do this shit ever on this podcast, me personally. I'm not going to, hey, man, they said this or they said that. I'm not doing that shit. If it ain't somebody else saying it, you're not going to hear me speculate and get somebody in trouble or get somebody jammed up or get somebody taken away from their family or get extra heat put on them because right now we're not there, but we're gonna get there. You know what I'm saying? We don't have a million follower podcast just yet.
Not yet.
And I don't want what I say. That shit wouldn't sit right on me if I speculate some shit and be like, hey man, they saying XYZ about this person. And the followers who listen to me go back and start adding that person or start giving that wings to that shit. And we see now sometimes certain shit happens, different kind of cases. I ain't talking about one in particular where people go to jail, man, or people lose their livelihood behind some shit that you can say. And I want to make sure that my responsibility is that if I say it, it got to be true or some fact behind it. And if not, I'm going to do my best to make sure I come back and correct it. And that's just how I feel about shit now. People talk too much about shit that they don't know nothing about. And I'm not doing it. That's just me.
Simple as that.
All right, my man.
I want to,
Factola.
My man got it off his chest.
Man, say what he said.
get it off your chest, Craig.
Y'all saw in Florida, 1.4 million felons' voter rights were restored this week. It finally went into effect.
Hey,
Yeah, I saw that. That was cool.
Right, that's pretty.
The hard part. Let's
The
go
governor.
vote.
And
Let's go vote, baby.
that's still not the hard part either, because the governor has the right to say that I accept his vote or I don't. That's the hard part. That's the crazy part.
But that's crazy. If you voting for me, hell yeah.
Are they vote gonna have an asterisk about it or something? They gonna know that he's a felon?
I'll read it to you. Let me go to it. But go ahead, talk. I'll get it.
And I just to that's crazy. That last little point that you said, because we just saw that same shit in Georgia, kind of in a sense. Like, let's just say I'm the governor, and then there's people running against me, and Todd running against me, and I'm the acting governor, and Todd got everybody on his side, but I know that for whatever reason he got the people behind him. He got 500,000 felons voted for him, and I know it. Hey, I don't want to count 5,000. All them 500,000 that voted for Todd, get that shit out. I don't want to allow that.
Yeah.
We got to change that shit. Don't leave that shit in the pot. See what I'm saying? That's leaving a loophole there for people, I think.
Right. Now, I'll read to you what it says. It says, until the amendment, talking about the amendment passed by Florida's Constitution, automatically barred felons from being able to vote after leaving prison. The state's clemency process allows the governor and 3 elect cabinet members to restore voting rights, although the governor can unilaterally veto any request.
Nah, man.
The process has changed over the years. He can still veto any request. That's crazy.
It's a good thing what they did. It's a step in the right direction.
It is.
Let's not miss that. It's a step in the right direction, but
Get that.
let's go further, because it shouldn't be on like, hey, if I've served, and I was talking to somebody about this earlier, because I got a homeboy and back from Wisconsin, man. He doing Fed time, man. He get out July 2020. He makes it a habit to always tell me when he getting out. And I talk to him from time to time. And me and Martin was talking about, him and his time that he's serving and stuff. And we just got to talking about felons and all. Like, if I have been in jail for 6 years and I have served my time, this is supposed to be a rehabilitation. Stop making that sentence. For right now, that sentence is life. You do your 5 years and you get out. You can't go get the same job. You can't go work in a finance business. You can't do a whole lot of shit. Right. So you still serving that sentence even after you've given that time back. I committed a crime when I was 18. I did some stupid shit. I'm in jail for 6 years and I get out. You know what I mean? And I've served that time. Now I went back to school. I've gotten a degree. I've done all this stuff, and I want to go work at a bank. The bank gonna say, well, you was charged of a felony for trafficking, or for whatever that case be. I'm still serving that time. I can't vote. I can't participate in nothing that this go on in this country because of something I did years ago. Man, stop serving that time. Florida, we appreciate, taking a step to go, further, but let's go even further.
Man, because they say jail is, they're supposed to rehabilitate you. If they're doing their job right, you should be the same person you was before, be able to do everything that a normal citizen can do. Dr. Andrews, the best surgeon or whatever, can say, oh, I rehabilitated your knee, but you can't play football anymore. You can't run anymore. If you're rehabilitated, that should be what it means, that you should have all the luxuries and rights that any other American has, right, if you've truly been rehabilitated.
Right. Mm-hmm. I agree with that. And fix that shit. I saw since you brought up political news, it's crazy because we talk about Florida a lot as being, kind of standard bearer. But another state we talk about a lot is California. And I want to give a shout out to Gavin Newsom. That's the governor of California. We all like Bill Maher. We watch, Real Time with Bill Maher. He's been on there a lot. Yeah. Gavin Newsom has put up a proposal there in California to give 6-month paternal leave for parents, where they can, spend, now it's what, 6 weeks?
6 weeks.
Yeah,
and we recently talked about
and we talked about this here. But California now is on the books of trying to get a bill passed that will give parents 6 months. And not only will it be 6 months leave, they will eventually need to go further. But right now, it's still
6 months. That's good.
A pay. A pay, it's not a full pay, but it's like a partial pay for those 6 months while they're out on a paternal leave. You know what I'm saying? We've talked about it. I'm not going to keep beating it down, but, we said that, that's a key time in kids' lives for both the father and the mother. Mm-hmm. And 6 weeks, you right back there, man. That's a lot of life that you missing and letting somebody else take care of it. So we want to give a big shout out to California, man, for also jumping on board and pushing the needle forward with paternal leave.
All right, and I'm all for that because I want to say that's at the stage. I don't know how the fuck I know that, but that's at the stage where like kids start to really recognize your faces and who you are.
And they made sure they included adoptive parents, same-sex parents. For same-sex couples, so it's making sure that everybody's included.
Even across the board.
Yeah.
That's dope.
Make it
Nobody's
even
been left
dope.
out. So.
That's pretty dope there.
Right.
Back to prison. Y'all call Kim K y'all prison reform princess? I think they have a point. Somewhat.
I don't.
I don't have a problem with it as long as she keeps getting people out.
I don't, simply because y'all know me. I'm a political fanatic. Mm-hmm. Prison reform it's been coming for a long time.
Right.
They've been beating down the doors for that for years. Like shit, the last 15 years they've been trying to get that shit changed. And we see in our political forum, it takes a while sometimes to get things changed. Mm-hmm. And I won't knock the work that she's done. Like she's doing good work. Great. I won't call her the champion of it. It's a lot of other people that's champions of it. To just give it to her. She might be the big name for the people that are going on now, but I'm not going to just give her the full soul credit for the things that are happening. I can't.
And the reason I brought that up because the young lady, Centoya Brown, was recently granted clemency. So shout out to that. And also, I'm not the one who dubbed her that. The inmates are the ones who dubbed that. So that's why I was asking.
Yeah, and I get it. But it's just like everything. She's polarized. Right. She's a celebrity. Right. So if she attached, think about this. The lady, Centoya Brown, they've been trying to reverse that since the day she's been convicted. Kim K attached to that shit at the I'm not trying to discredit her, man. I don't want to do that. But I just want to say, like, a lot of the things that she's attached to, you want to do something. You want to show me your power? Go attach to somebody who it might not be a chance of them getting out, right. like Hoover. Go attach to that. You know what I mean? Go attach to some shit that's real, like real tough.
I'm so glad you said that because I think she picked like low hanging fruit. Yeah, or she picked they almost at the finish line and then she cut the rib or she bust through it.
Yeah,
like no, like Kanye won't Larry Hoover out like you just said.
Yeah, go attach to that.
Hey, why Kim K ain't never said get him out? You get Larry Hoover out, you could be whatever you want to be.
Change this, but like you know what I'm saying, and my man, you know what I'm saying, like we disagree a lot, but on that, me and him on the same page. Like I feel like she picks cases that are already like that. But I don't want to do this because any person that's wrongly in there or not supposed to be in there or it's unjust need to come on out. You know what I mean? But it's great. We want all people fighting for this cause, but to just give it to her will discredit the people who've been fighting for it.
Like
they give President Obama a hard time for things that, that he did or didn't do, but he helped push the pen and he helped push the needle to start getting this on the books and getting these bills passed.
Yeah, because he had like a HBO special.
Yeah, where he went in there and he was trying to fight for it. I remember that shit. Put it up. They wouldn't vote for it. They wouldn't even give it, credit. They wouldn't give it legs. So,
and now
it's a lot of people that played a part in that.
Oh, he's doing it.
Quick question. Anybody know what Cohen, Trump's former lawyer, he agrees to testify to Congress? Does that mean anything?
Man, a lot of stuff that meant a lot, and I just don't know. I think.
Will it have any effect?
I don't know what the effect will with the full effect.
Will they believe him?
But I think that, I mean, they've already worked to discredit him. Like, think about it. Like, they've already pinned him as a liar. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you've lied for this long. Why are we going to listen to you now? They're good at it, man. They're good at what they do. They're good at, you know, getting the public opinion and skewing it. But for us, it's going to mean a lot. Right. Because I think we finally get to understand or learn some inner workings that we've been waiting to hear. Will it change something or will it do something? I don't know.
Well, let me
I think
it'll be good to hear.
I don't think it'll do anything as far as the justice system. I do think it'll help with voting, hopefully. So we'll see.
Do you think it'll be a fair trial for him?
I don't think it's going to be no trial.
It's not a trial.
Oh, for Cohen?
He's already done, ain't it? If I'm not mistaken, he's already been proven guilty.
Yeah, he pled guilty.
Yeah, he over it.
He pled guilty.
No, this is just him coming in front of Congress and testifying, giving his case.
Okay.
When you say trial, I would think you think.
I want to, we were talking about Gavin Newsom. I want to swing it back over to the East Coast. I want to say something to Bill de Blasio. I want to give a big shout out to him. And this is where, you know, some of us may have a little bit more expertise than others, but the city of New York, Bill de Blasio is the mayor of New York. He's decided that in the city of New York that they're giving health care to all residents, including low-income workers and undocumented immigrants that's there in New York. They feel like that health care is a right for all, not a privilege. They feel like health care should be given to anybody and everybody should be able to, if you're sick, you should be able to get help. And the city of New York is working on passing a bill that health care for all will be provided. So I thought that was a dope idea.
I hope it passes. I don't know how that works and who pays for it and how it pays for it and if it hurts the economy. I hope it works and I hope it works in all aspects.
I mean, if you just think about it, just think about this for a second. Just take a second to literally think about it. Like, he's saying that it should be a right, not something that you can afford. Mm-hmm. Think about people who get sick, homeless people, or people who are unfortunate or fall on circumstances or whatever they did. They get sick and they don't have the way it was. They don't have the health care to even go to the doctor, so they just sit there and just suffer or ultimately pass for whatever their condition is because they can't get the health care that they need.
That's making a tough life even tougher.
We look at, I saw Michael Moore's special. I don't know if anybody's ever seen that, Sicko. It's about the American healthcare system. And a lot has changed, and a lot is still changing, and a lot is coming down the pipe. But my man was on a table saw and cut off his finger, and they could repair it. Here in the United States, that shit was like, he hit both of them. It was $65,000 for one finger and $40,000 to repair another finger.
$200.
In Canada, it was $6,000 for both fingers. You see what I'm saying?
That's crazy.
That's still a lot of money.
Markup.
But I can do $6,000. But for this, he had to sit there and make a decision of which finger he wanted to keep. Do I want my right one or do I want my left one?
Strong hand.
That's crazy. You look at places like France and stuff. You know, in that documentary, he was asking, you know, how much for, it was some cancer medicine he was asking for, $12. How much for, it was some HIV/AIDS medicine, $12.
He was in Canada?
Yeah, no, this time he went to France. He was going around the world showing you. France, it was $12.
So much.
You know what I'm saying? It was all this different stuff he was showing exactly how much it costs. And here we are in the richest country in the world, and we say we can't afford it. It's plenty of money. They just, the responsibility is that it's not there.
Is that why we're the richest country in the world though?
Because we're frugal?
Because we're frugal and we charge so much for shit like that.
Well, I mean, I don't know if that has anything to do with like the per capita, but twofolds, we charge way too much. Because if you ever had to go to the hospital, a doctor looked at your bill.
Oh my God.
It's a hospital ride costs hundreds to thousands.
That ambulance ride. And insurance ain't going to pay for most.
I talk to people daily who'd be like, man, my prescriptions for the month are $894.
Yeah.
My check only $700. What I'm gonna do?
$94, man. I didn't see.
No,
hundreds.
I say $894.
Oh yeah.
And my check is $700.
Yeah,
what do I do?
That's it.
I mean,
fuck you. That's crazy.
It changed. You know, the insurance you may have. So the insurance, how much hospitals charge is crazy, astronomical. Mm-hmm. But also, we as Americans hate to be healthy. Like, I see people, because you know now, if you have insurance, they'll pay for you to have your one preventative check once a year for free. Some jobs require it or they charge you more premium. I've seen people mad because their job required them to go to the doctor once a year. Why do I have to do this? This is just that Obamacare.
And we talked about
and it sounds like a fat white woman.
Right. We talked about that before.
See, black women is not just y'all.
We talked about it before when I went to the doctor. He asked me, he was like, you're a young, healthy guy, so you're either here because your wife made you or because your job made you. And I just think that's crazy.
Yeah.
Like, even doctors look and see that you're being made to go to the doctor.
I think the thing with Americans is that, and I can't speak for all, but just what I see in terms of what you're saying about making you, I think people just want to have an option. Like, I want to have a
You do
choice.
need,
Like,
you should have the option.
But that's what I
not
said a couple weeks ago, that like it's a lot of things, like they always say Obamacare and socialism, that's their word. It's a lot of things that you don't have a choice with. And I keep saying that, like, you don't have a choice. If you live in a city, like the city of Birmingham, you don't have a choice what school you go to. Unless you go private,
Right.
you are zoned for a certain school.
zoned for a certain
You don't
school.
get a choice. And we've seen people be arrested and locked up for trying to send kids out of zone. They charge a different price for trying to go out of zone. So
Gotta pay a little
those are already situations where you don't get a choice.
And it's
You don't
not
get to choose who your power company with.
When you call the police,
Not at all.
You call
No, no.
911.
You don't get the Hoover ain't coming if
Send
you're in
me
Birmingham.
Hoover.
Right. Hey, send me a.
I want those Hoover cops.
I'm in Birmingham. Send me NYPD. No, nigga, you gonna send who we send?
And you say a choice. Sometimes it's not even always about having a choice to go. But if I need to go and my fingers are cut off, let me go to this goddamn doctor.
But that goes to say, like, if you catch something early, it's so much cheaper to fix it before it evolves into something. So preventative care is so important.
Yeah.
That's something everybody needs to do.
Agreed.
Yeah,
Man,
and we talk about that a lot about preventative care. So
it was like I told you, man. I'm telling you, man, them insurance companies are the biggest crooks in this world. Like, they get away. Like, I am not lying.
And people got to stop saying that, especially when you're talking about health insurance. People say, my premium is, I pay. Well, your job chose that.
Well,
Right. And it's needed. And I thought about it like this. I've been paying car insurance since it's 2019, since maybe 2006. I have no accidents, no nothing the insurance paid for. It's needed. But
and you know what? That's not a
Shit,
choice.
But the crazy thing
exactly.
is,
And
think
they've
about
gotten
this,
so
Hooter.
much money from me.
Think about this,
goddamn.
Hooter. You have an accident. God forbid you have an accident, right?
Mhm.
I mean, you got a deductible to pay. You ain't had an accident in 4-5 years. Take it out the goddamn 60,000 payments I done paid you,
right,
bro.
the 99 months I
Right.
paid you with no harm, no foul.
And I've learned that some places have that, like I want to say it's Allstate.
Allstate, yeah, I
That
see the
if you
commercial.
have no accident for a certain amount of years, that you don't have a deductible or premium or whatever, but you pay so fucking
But God
much.
damn,
Allstate.
Allstate high.
Yes, man. Like shit.
Allstate be like triple.
Man, I rock with Allstate now, but the reason why I came from Geico, you know what I mean, and
Yeah,
I
Geico
went to
telling you,
Allstate
yeah,
because
shred.
when I priced around, Allstate was the cheapest one, and I was like, Allstate, like I was confused by it. I just called just to call.
It was the
But
highest
I called
one when I
everybody. I
went.
called
Yeah,
all
that-
the insurance
Yeah,
companies.
that was the highest one.
I might need to go call again.
And man, hey, when I called them niggas, hey, they had gave me good hands. I was like, hey, I fucks with y'all.
I was about to go to the general.
That man was trying to save some time.
Where Shaq at?
God,
Where's Shaq in this bitch?
Ooh, but you know shit rough. You going to the boy,
general.
hey, boy, that general boy, them niggas gonna call your ass and ain't nobody showing up.
Telling you, boy. God.
Yeah, no.
But
Give me 8 hours.
yeah, insurance is a definitely goddamn do some crazy shit. I wanna pivot, like talking about the sports world and stuff. I saw my man Steph Curry. He announced his underrated tour. It's basically for
Tour?
Yeah, it's a tour. He's going around. He's looking for overlooked and underrated high school prospects. Like, we got the McDonald's All-American game. We got the Under Armour games. We got Nike goddamn invitation. You got the Adidas tour. You got all these different places. He's going to look for people who were like him because he was under-recruited. Nobody looked for him. And he's arguably one of the best players in the league right now.
Right.
Best shooter we've ever seen. You know what I mean? In the league. Arguably for some. For me, he's the best shooter we've ever seen.
Right.
But he's going around and he's putting on a tour for those kids that like who kind of sliding up under the radar, who aren't getting the bigger looks. to help get them a platform. And I just thought that was dope.
Yeah.
To go back and do that. I flash back to football. I was always in a position where I was athletically gifted. But like as far as recruiting was kind of dry. I know a kind of reason why. A lot of it had to do with my grades,
Right.
but a lot of it kind of just was being overlooked.
So
So I think that was dope.
that's what I was going to ask too. Like, how do you find those types of players if you were probably only underrated because of your grades? So if you had those better grades, you'd have had those bigger schools, things like that. So what's the metric for that? Is what I want to know. Like, how do you find the underrated?
I think some of it is exposure, though.
Right, that's all
We've
it
been around it. We know a lot of programs that have, we see it all the time now that even in the high school, we see kids transferring to other schools because
Prep
the
schools and
programs
shit, yeah.
got bigger reps with coaches and stuff. I think that was another part of being underrated. Like at my high school prior to, we didn't have a whole lot of people who went to big schools.
But is that like that now with all of this?
That's what I was just going to ask.
Media, everybody sees you, and
we see that now. We see people in the league and be like, dang, where he came from.
Right.
What high school he went to.
Yeah,
and then
but-
what college he went to. And then it still happened. That's all. I feel like as long as sports is gonna exist, it's always gonna be somebody who fly up under the radar. It's no way that everybody can be
In that
blue
spotlight.
chip, 4-star, 5-star, and all that. I just think that's always gonna happen. It's always gonna be that kid we didn't think of, no matter what.
It's always going to happen, but I do think it's harder for it to happen now with internet and social media. Like the talent's going to be out there. Like if y'all been watching Sports Center, it was a kid that had like the #1 dunk. He from like Wichita State.
I saw it's a little school. I saw it.
Yeah, but like
2 days ago or something.
He's already rated to be like a lottery pick because he's had a couple of those. I heard Dick Vitale talking about him today, regular season. But like that's the same for high school. But with Steph Curry, I like what he's doing. But Steph, you had a little different situation. Your NBA player.
That doesn't guarantee you a.
No, hang on. But your NBA player, Dale Curry, said, hey, you're not playing AAU. That means a lot in recruiting. Hey, you were undersized. So you had the skill. You chose not the #1 recruiting valve in basketball your father took you out of, probably for your betterment as a coach. A high school coach probably is going to tell me next.
I don't either because I think even then he still ends at Davidson.
Right. But
if he go to AAU and play in the national tournaments, I don't know.
I think he ends up at Davidson.
No, man.
Because
Josh Smith went from going to North Carolina to going to the NBA because of a basketball game. Because of McDonald's game.
I just say at the end of the day, I mean, what Curry doing, like he's looking at, what he's saying is a lot of these 4 and 5 stars playing the same tournaments.
Right.
And we see them.
Right.
You know,
Some
from
2 and 3
football,
stars
they playing
in
the same fucking tournaments. He's trying to go get 2-star.
That's what I was asking.
3-star, 1-star kind of players and getting them more exposure is what he's trying to do, because these same 4 and 5 stars are at every camp there is.
Right.
So he's just trying to shed light on all players that's playing, you know, who may not be going to these big schools and getting them extra shots, because I say this over and over again. There's a lot of players that's going to slip through the cracks. I don't care who your father was. I don't care what kind of exposure you are. It's just going to be a lot of kids that slip through the cracks because of a lot of different reasons. It could be size. You mentioned size. It could be grades. I mentioned grades. It could be coaching staff doesn't have relationships with people. Some people still ain't tech savvy. You got an older coach who don't know how to market and get you out of that. You may just sit there. You have to build relationships with these coaches. You have to get to these tournaments. A lot of these players that we see that go to these camps, people are paying for them to go there. You know what I'm saying? So you have to be able to get that exposure.
But if your coach can't figure that out, he's not going to be able to figure out how to get you into the game, to the Steph Curry game.
That's Curry looking for that.
All right, but so is Curry saying if you're good, you can't be in it?
At the end of the day, man, no matter how you keep slicing it or however many you keep looking at, it's good that he's looking for
I said that. I thought I was saying that. I just think it's going to be hard to find that.
Right. I get what, it's not that hard. It's the person that's the third or the fourth or fifth scoring player on a high school team. He might.
You can't say it's hard for 144 schools to find this kid, but it's going to be easy for Steph Curry to find him.
I don't understand what you're trying to say. Really, I mean, I hear what you're trying to say, but I know for a fact that it's a need for it.
Yes, but I just don't see the logistics of it.
How?
How they gonna be able to do it? How you gonna find somebody that no other school has found?
How many high schools? It's 7 fucking classifications in Alabama,
Okay.
just in our state alone. And in that 7 classifications, it's hundreds of schools. How hard is it to find the players that you're talking about? Like McDonald's All-American, like he keeps saying, they pick.
I don't think it's hard. I don't think it's hard to find them, but will they be good?
The
ones he does find. Will they be good?
The same people play in the Jordan Classic, and the Nike Classic,
Right,
and the
it's the
Adidas
same
Classic.
12 niggas.
How hard is it to go find the next set of players? It's not that hard.
So how hard is it for
It's actually
a college
easy.
coach, a college recruiting coach to go find them? It's 140 D1 college programs.
But
If they can't find them, how is Steph Curry gonna find these people?
But I think it's good, but it's still tough that if you're right below the McDonald's game, are you really underlooked or overlooked, sort of say? I don't think you are.
For example, if UAB recruiting can't go to Winona and find a kid, what do you think Steph Curry is gonna find a kid?
At Winona?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the UAB coach, the D1 school right here, couldn't find
It
them.
happens.
so.
Right. It happens.
We set it up.
It does
this, okay?
happen. It happens.
Time out. We can let's go to concrete big examples. Tom Brady never started at Michigan.
Right?
Tom Brady is arguably the GOAT.
Right.
Great. Curry played at Davidson. He didn't play at North Carolina. He didn't play at Duke. He didn't play at UCLA, Kansas, or none of that. He's arguably the best shooter they ever played in the game. Is he not?
Yeah.
All right. So that there shows him. I think sometimes the best businesses and the best things that you can create come from your personal experiences. His personal experience is being overlooked. That's how he's able to go ahead and take his personal experience and create it for somebody else to not have that experience, or to at least he might still overlook somebody. You know what I mean?
That's what
but
I was
it's
gonna
at least still giving exposure to the people that are being overlooked.
He might overlook somebody. He also may. I'm pretty sure it's still going to be some that he look at that just won't fit the bill either. It's going to. So I'll say
Just another platform for another exposure.
Exactly. So it won't be hard to find them, but will they all be good? No, probably not. Not all of the McDonald's All-Americans good. So it's going to go either. He's going to have some good players and some not so good.
Let me ask you
But
something.
ultimately, it's a good thing.
Let me ask you. His brother, he went to Duke.
Where he came from?
Do you think?
Did he go somewhere else? He went somewhere and then he went to Duke, I think.
Yeah, he went. So I want to say it was Davidson transferred.
Yeah, he went somewhere and then he went to
transferred.
Duke. Yeah, he went, got like player of the year in that league and then went.
Yeah.
Steph Curry brother.
Yeah.
Okay. He went to Duke. Now, if he don't go to Davidson and do what he does he go to Duke?
No.
Exactly.
Do y'all think that the Bears had a success this year?
Yes.
They went 12 and
Absolutely.
4,
Absolutely.
lost
Absolutely.
first round of the playoffs,
Yeah.
won the division.
Yeah.
I think so too. Because I don't think anybody was going to pick them to win that
Who the
division and go 12 and 4 and make the playoffs.
Captain Obvious. Next topic.
No, because a lot of it's not so obvious because people on TV and ESPN are saying they failed.
My buddy liked that.
Said it was a
shit.
failure.
He liked that Captain Obvious, did he?
He was mad from before. It's okay. Ain't
Nah.
Yeah, it's carrying over. That's what it
Jack
does.
said. Now.
That's what it does.
I mean,
It carries over.
Stephen Curry whack for trying to help people.
I'm sorry
But
for having a
I
topic
didn't
when
say
you
that.
don't.
Basically. I mean, I don't see the need.
Come on, what's your sports topic? What you got?
Oh.
You
Oh
see
yeah,
the
yeah.
kickball
No.
championships?
I did have a. Should the contract stand with coaches? And I have 2 questions, like with coordinators. If you sign a 2-3 year contract, should you have to live it out and then you can transfer? Because I said to say it's causing problems with, like, if your offensive coordinator just got a head coaching job in the national championship, he is not focused on winning that game.
I beg to differ.
Oh, I just asked her. I ain't say one way was right or wrong. I'm just asking the question.
Nah, Captain Navi.
But you're saying that he's 100% focused on the game?
Yeah. It's the championship game. Why would I not be?
Well, because you're trying to recruit. You're trying to put a team together.
What's better recruiting for
That
me?
takes time.
But what's better recruiting for me than to win a championship?
But you still have to go talk to players. It's December,
I
January.
now can say, hey, I won a championship last year. Come on.
It's
with
not
me.
hard. Like, how much
It
stuff
makes
you
it
still got to
easier.
put a staff together.
Yeah.
That takes time, y'all.
I know.
It's only 24 hours in a day.
I get it.
Oh, okay.
It's not that bad, though. I promise you it's not. Because I mean, even when you don't get me wrong, you're breaking down film, you're getting that stuff, and I think what happens is it's the obvious. Like we only talk about when it doesn't work. Like we only talk about when Alabama offensive coordinator or is about to leave and go, and then they lose. It's he's distracted. But when we win, we don't say he was distracted. Like you never say that when they win.
Right.
And we've seen their coordinators leave every year. For the last 7 years, somebody's leaving. And we don't ever say, they was distracted. They won the national championship last year. Somebody left that staff. We didn't say like, he left. Like, we only talk about shit when we lose.
Well, that was the same guy. But the one before that, it was when a man at FAU was Kiffin,
right.
when Kiffin left. And they lost that.
Right.
So, I mean, that's two when the person was leaving.
But did anybody leave the year before that when they won it?
I think Kiffin was there.
No, I'm saying somebody other than Kiffin. Somebody else. Not necessarily Kiffin, but somebody else.
Oh, yeah. All right. I mean, somebody leaves.
No difference. It's no difference. And Kiffin wasn't the reason why they lost that game either.
Yeah, no, it wasn't.
So you can't say because Kiffin wasn't focused, they lost this game. When Kiffin coached a hell of a game and they had a hell of an offensive game.
Okay.
Clemson just had a better
Hey,
one.
guys, we do need to talk about it.
What's that?
Was that last week or this week?
Oh,
Yeah.
damn sure did.
We never talked about it.
And that's right. Hey, shit.
We got to get there.
They got their ass handed to
They
them.
damn sure did.
I'm telling you, got their ass beat to sleep, boy.
Sorry, Bama, but for the sake of y'all fans, I'm glad y'all lost.
Yeah.
I know I
So,
picked y'all, but I'm tired of y'all making them dummies right.
So did Nick say, because he went with the younger
Sorry, Dez.
younger coaches, more aggressive at they were better at recruiting than X's and O's. Do you think that cost them?
No, I just think they lost to a better team.
I just think that, yeah.
You think Clemson was overall like more talented?
Well,
Yeah.
it's arguably this is the best offensive team that we've ever saw at Alabama. Ever.
Hands down.
So we can't say that they weren't the best. This is the best offense they've ever had. The defense wasn't the best ever, but the offense,
we have. It's a reason why I kept saying that there was a few teams that could get at Alabama. Clemson has always been in the mix, and it's a reason why. Like, are they that much better? No, I don't think. I don't think the score reflected that, but I think that the score reflected that Clemson was a better team.
Right.
Mhm.
But what I will say is that Clemson, they matched the defense, and their offense was explosive. The exact same thing we've been saying was we have been saying that Alabama, whoever had a offense that could be explosive and score, we have been saying that their secondary was suspect.
Right.
We sat there and said last week, I thought Alabama was going to win, but we sat there and said last week that they're going to go as Lawrence goes.
Mhm.
Lawrence came out and balled.
Yeah.
So it's no secret. I don't understand, like, people looking around. I know the fans are, how did we lose?
Why are you so surprised?
Yes, it's been there. The recipe has been there. We've seen it all year long of how it could possibly happen. All you need is a sound-ass defense, and it was only 3 teams that I felt like had that, a solid defense. But with those 3 teams, 2 of those, I felt like their offense wasn't great enough to do it. But Clemson, we said all year, Clemson has been making changes. They got Kelly Bryant out of there for this reason. Because Kelly Bryant they could have did this last year, but Kelly Bryant couldn't make the throws necessary to beat Alabama.
He had 'em.
They got somebody in there who could make the throws in those windows. They got beat. That's it. That's all there was to it.
My final question for the game. Grade Alabama's offensive play calling, 1 to 10.
The same as all you. To me, they just
Well, give it a number. I said, I'm going to just give it a number.
an 8, which I think was the case all year. It's just that all year that they made those plays, they made the right reads. The plays that Bama called wasn't bad plays because I've seen a few plays on a couple tour picks. He had a guy wide open in the flat, but he didn't read it properly, tried to take the long ball,
Right.
3 people on the long ball, yet this man right here wide
Right.
open. So I'm not going to blame play calling for that.
I get so sick of fans sometimes. I really do. Like, how do you be a fan of something for 10 years and still don't understand the game?
I get it. I do get that because you didn't sit in
And
the
watch the game
classroom
from the
and
fan-
learn
from-
film
from
and learn
other
that
fans.
You don't
there's
have
reads.
to. I know. See, that's the thing that
You can say that. You can't. Well, you can't.
No,
say that.
I can say that because I sat in the classroom and stuff, but I've had conversations with people who've never played, and they be just as equally knowledgeable about the game. See, that's what I'm saying. I'm never that one that says, I played. I will say that to certain people, or if certain arguments dictate that I do, but I've ran across a lot of people who don't. But when people turn around and be like, oh man, you need to put Hurt in the game. He's better than Tua. Why we ever play?
Dumbest shit I ever
here,
heard.
man. Like, I'm sorry that Hurt got to leave, and he was very commendable for how he stayed. But I remember when Hurt threw fucking 13 passes in the championship game, and y'all motherfuckers was about to lose because he only had 118 yards. That's not going to beat a good team like Clemson.
Right.
That's not going to beat a good team like last year Georgia.
Right.
You need explosive offense. To go back to your question of play calling, I'm not as lenient as Hooter. I thought the play calling was bullshit. I thought that they abandoned. They should have. I think in this game, Tua was their gift and their curse. I think that Tua has been so explosive in the passing game, and that they've been running that they forgot their roots. I think that he was getting 6 and 7 yards a carry.
Yeah.
I would have kept running that thing. I would have kept going straight with the straight run.
What they did with Derrick
Yeah,
Henry
stop.
that year.
When they got in that goal line stance, they want the. I mean, not go to goal line stance, but when they turned it over on downs in the red zone, they went to reversing and wishbone and all that kind of stupid ass shit. Man, run the fucking football. Jacobs 5 yards, 6 yards a carry. Harris 4-5 yards a carry. Najee Harris 4-5 yards a carry. Man, run the fucking football, man.
Fake field goals when the other team is safe.
And I will say on the two, even like people are like, oh man, Tua had his worst game. He missed some reads, which is normal in every game. Even sometimes when they make a big play, people, I want y'all to understand that sometimes that was a bad read.
Yeah.
I want to tell y'all too that Clemson man on that first interception was a fucking play. He did what coaches say he was a ball player. He did an instinct play. He came out of man coverage, just dropped down and took the pick. Great. On that next one, when he threw it up the seam, if anybody go back and watch, that was a bad read. He could have threw the hook, but the receiver stopped running. He didn't run the whole way through. He didn't run full speed. Tua threw it to where he's timing route. He threw it to where he's used to him being. My man was jogging. He saw Tua winding up to throw to him. Then he took off running. Too late. So,
and you said that as it happened, and I watched it after it. But if he'd have kept running, he still was running into coverage. Full speed, he was running into coverage.
Running into coverage.
Either way,
you're in the place where you're supposed to be. That's all I'm saying.
It would have been a pick.
Yeah, no, you can't say that it would have been.
I think so.
You can't say that it would have been a pick if you would have been where you're supposed to be. It might have been a good catch. We've seen receivers. Have you ever seen a receiver?
Could have been a 50-50 ball.
Yeah. Or we've seen receivers. We've seen receivers turn into.
It was 3-on-1.
A third.
That deep ball.
Have we ever seen? We've never seen receivers turn into a good defensive back.
Yeah.
And prevent an interception.
Yeah.
Even if it knocks it down, that probably changes.
We've seen Randy Moss catch over 2 or 3 people. All I'm saying, yes, it was a bad throw. I just said
That's
that.
all.
My first thing I said was he could have threw to the hook. But my thing is be where you supposed to be. Don't take no plays off. That's why it's important in football.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
So this game also made me realize, and see if you can agree, you can be a fan of a team, but not necessarily a fan of the sport.
Explain.
And I say that to say, I'm a UAB fan of football.
Mhm.
I still like to watch, like, say I was an Auburn fan, diehard Auburn fan. I'm still going to want to watch Alabama play because it's a great
good
brand of football.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm like, real story, I'm a North Carolina fan, North Carolina basketball fan. I still like watching Duke. Even the old Duke, it's fundamentally, it's good Princeton.
basketball, yeah.
I watch a Princeton game. It's good basketball. So I think some people are more a fan of the team and not the overall sport, if that makes any sense.
The majority of Bama fans.
I've watched a lot of. Oh my God, roll Tide! I love Tide. And then when the game on, them motherfuckers ain't watching it.
They at the mall.
They can't watch it,
I mean,
right.
if they at the watch party, they drinking and eating
Okay.
in the
Don't know
corner.
what's going on.
They only look up when the touchdown.
What's the score? What's the score?
Right, that's it. I've watched it, so I mean that's cool, man. Whatever your reason is, you do what you do. But another thing we saw in the game, that bitch was pretty packed.
It was at the end of the day.
It
For
was
$140 ticket.
It was
Shit.
pretty
Y'all
goddamn
done went
packed.
too.
Hey, question. With them winning the championship the way that they did, and the way that, they celebrated that with each other and all the comments that were made after the game. Do you think Dabo is surpassing or coming on up to Nick as far as recruiting?
He's coming up, but he's not surpassing. He got some ways to go.
You can't compare 2 to what, 5?
Yeah, 2 to 5. So he's on that way in the last 4 or 5 years. This senior class has the same amount of wins and losses as Bama. They both have 55 wins.
And with 2 championships.
So that's pretty in 2 championships.
But I'm saying as an 11th grade student, football player, you know, you watch that game. These are the top 2 schools in the country.
I don't have a problem going to Alabama.
Of course.
Or Clemson.
I think Alabama might still be 1A.
I don't know. I don't know why I gotta keep being like this. I'm sick of that shit too. I can't get right this week.
No. Because nobody on here is sensitive like that.
Yeah,
so
but I'm just saying, like I'm sick of that shit too, man. Like I seen Nick Saban, like
it's the era over. No,
it's the Duke.
He won last year.
Did you forget about the
last year?
Don't get me wrong. Clemson has been unbelievable. Shouts out to Dabo.
No, I'm talking about recruiting now.
I know what the fuck you're talking about. Just right. Come on, rock with me. Don't be them.
All right.
But I guess what I'm saying with recruiting, Alabama gonna still turn out a good class. Alabama's still gonna be on the forefront. Right. Dabo's doing a great job. Right. We just saw that in the last 4 years they're tied, 55-4, 2 national championships apiece.
Right.
You can't discredit the other 52 fucking national championships Nick Saban got in front of that,
and 55 wins before.
Right. He's welcome, Dabo. Come on up. Welcome aboard. But remember, before Dabo, it was who? Urban. Hey, welcome, Urban.
Les Miles.
And before Urban, it was Les Miles. So, like, it's always somebody to keep comparing him to. So, I don't want to discredit. Like if he would have won, again, like I said in the previous conversation, they wouldn't have said, is he losing a step? Because the game was close. They would have been, he's the best we ever seen.
Right.
And I hate them fucking announcers and them analysis, how they, before the game, this is the best team we ever saw in Alabama. Nick Saban's the GOAT, the best we ever seen. And after this, he's not Belichick. He's not that great. We have to question his legacy. Man, fuck off. I know they got a store they got to sell and all of that good shit, but man, I'm sick of that shit too.
Today, Dabo said Clemson 2018 the best team ever. Dabo said that.
Why not? Because you know why?
The second team to go 15-0.
You know,
since like 1800, some shit.
You know why Dabo can say that shit? Because the announcers say Alabama was the best team they ever seen.
The biggest juggernaut ever.
Yeah.
Can't Get Right said that it was one of the best teams he had ever seen. You know what I'm saying? So, and I'm not singling him out. It's just a lot of people have said that. And here we are. They got their ass beat. I feel Dabo, but nobody's better than that 0-1 Miami team. Let me let you know, Dabo, that Miami team will beat the shit out of
offensively, defensively.
That shit that they do on offense, they would have harassed them people, man. That was a great fucking team, man.
But then football was different too, man. Them ball was hitting then, boy.
It would knock a nigga's ass out.
Niggas' ass out.
Man, that talent they had on that.
Man,
just that whole team, backups and all.
Clinton Portis, just that running back, Clinton Portis, McGahee,
the safeties.
Peyton. What's my man?
Phillips. They had.
Was it
Andre Johnson on that team?
No, the running back. Gore.
And Frank Gore. Yeah.
Shockey. Winslow. God damn. Johnson,
Vilma.
Big Williams on the D-line.
Will Falk, man, come on, man. Get out of here, man.
Come on, yeah.
That team was loaded. Reed. You want me to keep going?
They still got the record for the most first-round picks?
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yes, they were half.
Fucking right.
Yeah, right. They should. The whole fucking team went first round. Hey, with the first round pick in the draft, we select the whole fucking team.
Just line up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, go there.
But I did want to say we was talking about Alabama, man. We went kind of long with
Who y'all got in the championships games next year? Next week. Who y'all picking? NFL championship games. What 4 teams y'all picking?
I'm picking the Cowboys.
Of course.
And the Patriots.
And we already know the Chiefs won today, so they'll be there. So you say Cowboys. So Chiefs, Patriots going to play next week. And the Cowboys are going to play who out of the Eagles and the Saints?
I say the Cowboys play the Saints.
Y'all beat the Saints?
Yep. It's hard to beat the team twice.
Can't beat them in the dome. Who dat?
But y'all beat them. Y'all beat them last.
Yeah.
The Cowboys beat. So y'all not going to beat them this time.
They not.
No, I said it's hard, but I'm still going with the Cowboys. I'm saying it's hard, but yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to go, we know the Chiefs and Patriots.
But Dallas playing the dome too.
Hold on,
can't beat
Patriots
them.
play,
the Patriots play the Chargers tomorrow.
Yeah.
Patriots. Ooh, shit, man.
Patriots and Chargers.
Patriots.
But the
But I don't
Chargers are
think
the Chargers.
aren't that great. They always fuck up. So I'm gonna go Patriots, Chiefs, and I'm gonna go Rams and Saints. I'm gonna go with the explosive offenses.
I'm gonna go Saints and Saints against Cowboys. Saints against Cowboys. And I'm gonna go Chiefs against. I'm gonna take a risk. I'm gonna go Chargers. Chiefs and Chargers. The C's. Chiefs and Chargers.
Saints, Rams, of course. Chiefs, shit, man. I don't want to bet against Phillip Rivers them this year, but Tom Brady gonna beat up, bro.
And they playing in Gillette Stadium.
Yeah, so
Super
Tom
Bowl
Brady.
in Gillette.
No.
Oh,
The game next. The game tomorrow. The game tomorrow.
fuck.
Super Bowl in Atlanta.
Cheating. We
Yeah,
know
the
they gonna be. If they were playing at Gillette, yeah, they there. Got it.
Super Bowl in
Sign them
Atlanta.
up.
goddamn. Super Bowl.
But fuck that. Moving on into the dummy of the week.
fucking dummy.
Dummy. Stupid ass.
dummy.
Dummy.
Here my man go.
Again.
Sir.
It's not necessarily him, but it's him.
It's ruling.
He knows how to find a dummy of the week. He's been dumb all week. He has a collection of dumb shit, a bag of dumb shit, fully dumb.
Dumb shit fiesta.
Whole lot of dumb shit.
Dummy
going on.
buffet.
Whole lot of dumb shit.
But the White House, man. I don't know what to say. They're not paying their bills this time.
And they still watering their grass.
Yeah, they watering their grass and all that shit, but we saw that the feds didn't pay that $5 million water bill.
$5 million.
Dummy.
Yeah.
That bitch behind, bro.
That's
That bitch
super.
behind.
I wish they'd do them like how they do me. If I wouldn't pay my water bill, I'd be like,
That bitch behind.
ooh, that shit made me think about Hickory Nose.
They got you? Whoa.
What?
They got you?
But that was the gas bill. We didn't pay that bitch. But we was in that bitch cold. You hear nigga, that shit took your breath away, bro. Woo. You hear nigga in the shower, woo,
Cold shower.
woo. I remember me and Mark used to, man, hey, hard time. Hey, you
Sometimes-
gotta remember where you came from.
Be like
I
that.
know we on the dumb of the week, but me and Mark used to goddamn ride with the windows down. It'll be August right after practice just to get to the shower and take that cold ass shower. 'Cause you had to get prepared.
Had to be
for that.
warm. Take that bitch early while I'm still
Yeah, for
hot.
your body. But anywho,
Go run a lap and take
we
a
saw
shower.
the White House man had a $5 million water bill. The government, basically, the White House is the largest customer in the city of DC for the water company, and they basically get a quarterly bill. It's not like us; we don't get it. They don't get it every month; they get it quarterly. And the city officials are trying to figure out how to handle, how to deal with them not paying their bill. With the government shutdown, they don't have the ability to, I guess, cut the check. They received the email Wednesday, January the 2nd, from an individual basically saying, what are we going to do about this $5 million water bill? So we're going to give it to you. You fucking dummy. You just shut down the government, and now you too can't pay your fucking bill.
Right, that's crazy. Because the person who pays that bill is on
I hope
shutdown.
they- I just want them to cut the water off just simply
Cut that
because-
shit off and
Yeah.
make Trump stay there.
Exactly.
Right, just
cut
so
off
you
the
can see how
fountains.
normal other people are focusing, man. You know, in this now it's been the longest government shutdown on
22
record.
days.
Yeah, man.
Because all them people that didn't get their check, if they don't pay their water bill, what's gonna
Cut
happen to
off.
them? Cut off. They
But
get
if
shit
y'all-
in a bucket.
If
Yeah.
y'all on shutdown, Avadians giving
craziest thing
30-day
is-
loans.
And the
Look at you.
craziest thing is the quarter.
I don't think they heard it. Clear it.
Oh, my bad.
Avadian, if you're on shutdown, government shutdown, they're giving Avadian,
That's
the credit
crazy.
union, 0% 30-day loans. Go
They
get you
gonna
one.
be at the Innovatian line, goddamn. Hey, let me get that.
Let me
That
get
shutdown money.
$150,000. You do gotta pay that. It might be zero interest,
That
but you
ain't
do
crazy.
gotta pay it back.
Wait, what you trying to pay? Oh, I work at the White House.
Yeah.
But the shit crazy.
Yeah,
So
that's
you
crazy.
gonna take that loan, nigga, your ass still ain't going to work. So how the fuck you gonna
Well,
pay your loan back?
they give you 30 days, and then if it keeps going, they're going to extend it.
Yeah.
So,
And then these people, and correct me if I'm wrong from what you've read, but eventually when it comes back on, they're gonna get back pay.
yeah. And normally that's how a government shutdown works. But I've learned, majority of the times you get paid, but there's going to be some people in there, which is probably the people who need it the most, who probably won't get paid. Like those contractors, like they have people like who empty the trash, the people who empty the trash,
Janitor.
people who sit at the janitors, people who sit in there and read the computers for the blind people.
Yep.
Like contractors.
They might not ever get paid.
Yeah,
Yep.
and that's the people who probably need it
And
the
the,
most.
and the crazy
Yeah.
thing is the quarterly bill is actually $16.5 million, but they only have to meet the $5 million requirement I guess you know how you pay just to pass due.
Yeah.
What fucking water y'all need?
That's what I'm saying. Them niggas shit
But
bad, dude.
I mean, you got to think about it.
That's a
fountains
24-hour
that-
place.
Yeah, the
Cooks,
monument.
staff,
That's just it. Ain't no lakes
Waterfalls.
there. Yeah.
Millions?
Man, it's a
Yeah.
big place, man. That shit got 9,900 rooms in that bitch. Hey, quarterly, every 3 months. Hey, that shit probably high. Who knows?
Millions.
But yeah. Shouts out to y'all. Y'all niggas motherfucking pay y'all bills. Other than that, man, shit, what else we got on there, man? We going to Atlanta, man, for the festivities.
Festivities.
Yeah. For the, we going on sabbatical. We going to read Bible scriptures and
Going
stuff.
to the bar mitzvah.
You gonna pray and shit?
Yeah, and that's it.
God,
Roll some
that nigga
marshmallows.
said Pray and shit.
It's who there. We said last week it's Mike on fire. So. We'll be back next week. Like I said. Yeah. So yeah, fuck you. We'll be back. Get it?
Yeah, bitch.
It is.
Dummy.